Hello and welcome to Build Up to a Good Game. It's West Ham United taking on Brighton and Hove Albion. We'll kick off 1 hour and 5 minutes away, live on Amazon Prime time. Amazon Prime is slightly different. Hopefully, Alan McCoist is on comms for the West Ham game. There's quite a few games on this evening, so I don't know if they'll put their star asset for West Ham Brighton when there's a Merseyside derby on, but you never know. I live in hope, Gons. I live in hope for the sweet dulcet tones of Alan McCoist during the West Ham game.
Might get co-commentary by Karen Brady.
No, thank you.
It's all right. No, if you weren't on a Patreon breakfast, it's a joke from him, really.
Anyway, heading into this game, Brighton are unbeaten. They haven't won any games in the Premier League. However, they've never lost to West Ham in their Premier League history. That extends to 8 fixtures as well. How are you feeling for this one, Gonzo, before you find out what the West Ham team is?
Yeah, I think positive. I have to be positive, really, because it's hard to be positive at Man City. Obviously, we picked up the defeat anyway. It's hard to be positive for the Chelsea game, even though I'm attending and I will certainly look forward to it. But we have to pick up some points here. Actually, one won't quite do it for me. I'm going for all 3. 3 points in Santa's sack, and off we go. And we'll let them worry about maybe entering their 3rd month without a victory. So I do think they're a good team, though, Gio. I really do. I think they play good football. I think they're threatening. Every time I see them play, as I mentioned in the preview, they look really dangerous to me. And I was surprised when I looked at the stats they hadn't won in a couple of months. In fact, their draw against Liverpool looked excellent. The manner of it, the way they attacked Liverpool in that game looked really good up until the point when we went and beat Liverpool afterwards. Then obviously our game against Liverpool looked better, but they're a good team. Make no mistake about it, and they can cause us problems.
For you that are possibly new to the build-up show, first of all, make sure you subscribe. But what we do now, we'll take a look at the lineups when they officially come out in 3 minutes' time. We'll have a look at West Ham, we'll have a look at Brighton. We'll compile a little bet, and if that wins, we'll give the winnings away. We'll tell you how to enter as the show goes on. And it's our most interactive show. So if you're in the live chat, get your comments in. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll have a little discussion about some of them as well. Jay, we were just saying what's the starting 11. The official lineup is out in 2.5 minutes, something like that. So I don't want to say what it's rumored to be, what I believe it is. However,
I don't know anything.
If it is what it's supposed to be, Gonzo's going to be disappointed. There's a bit of disappointment coming up for Gonzo when he finds out the starting 11.
Oh, no Lanzini, you're suggesting? You're saying
I'm not suggesting that. It could be that he's starting Yarmolenko up front. Would you be disappointed if Yarmolenko's up front?
I would be disappointed if Yarmolenko up front. I'd be even more disappointed with Areola up front.
Would you be disappointed if Randolph's in goal?
I'd be surprised if Randolph was in goals. We got many goalkeepers, and I was surprised if Randolph would be one of them. I'm sure he'd be one of the 3 goalkeepers on the bench, maybe. But I guess there are many ways to be disappointed. You're not telling me.
Yeah, I'm playing a game now. I'm playing a game now.
You are. Frederick's at left back. That's what you're telling me, isn't it?
I'm playing a game now of what would disappoint Gonzo. What happens if Zuma was dropped in as a defensive pairing of Diop and Dawson? Would that disappoint you?
It would be slightly disappointing, but I can handle it. I think they do all right. Actually, those 2, there are bigger disappointments in them that you could throw at me than that. Certainly, no Lanzini is definitely would be a disappointment for me. There are a number of things. Fredericks at left back, as I said, would be a disappointment for me. So
remember those tier list videos? I feel like we should have done a tier list video of where would you rank your disappointments, and name these situations. You give it a rating of 1 to 5.
Elation and full-on depression, and then there's sort of everything in between, basically.
Yeah, so it's like at the very bottom, Link's Africa gift set for Christmas. So it's like the lowest of the low. Wow, what is that? And new Xbox Series X at the top for you. That's your. Sure. Whoa, this is a pleasant surprise.
For sure. Is there an Xbox, comparatively speaking, metaphorically speaking? Is there an Xbox X series in this team? No,
I think I don't think it's quite Link's Africa gift set either. I think it's not Super Pringles either. You'll be pleased to know it's not that bad, but I think it's very much like Quality Street. You open it. Do you know when you open it, you think, oh, it's nice, but you could put a bit of thought into it,
Yeah, but you don't have to open it. You can see from the shape of the wrapping. Can we see from the shape that I don't know why I'm doing that, but you can see from the shape that David. That is something else. If we see the shape that David Moyes is playing, is he favouring the Chelsea game? I take it.
Possibly, as you said, it's a hexagon, isn't it? If it's a hexagon shape, it's definitely quality street. Anyway, would you like to know your West Ham starting 11 tonight?
Yes, please.
In goal is Fabianski. No surprise. Back four, Sufal, Zuma, Dawson, and Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson is believed to be left back as Alan Creswell misses out through injury. Midfield pairing of Declan Rice, Thomas Soucek, Michael Antonio up front with attacking trio midfield of Jared Bowen, Said Benrahma, and Pablo Fornals. No Manu Lanzini.
Don't know what he's got to do, really. I think he's been. Well, he's certainly been the best substitute the last few games. I think he was best player last time he played. Maybe he's got to be the best substitute in 5 games and come off the bench and scored 2 goals to get into the team. Look, he's got this front. Look, do you know what? If it works, I don't care. Let's be fair. I don't really care who plays as long as they work and as long as they're firing. I just think we've struggled to create recently in the last few games, Gio. I thought Lanzini might be the antidote to that, certainly that lethargy that we've had up front. Bowen's been in decent form, though. As I said, I've said it a few times. I just thought Bowen and Lanzini were our 2 players that are on form in terms of opening up the defence. But they're going to have to repay him now. Fornals, Benrahma, Antonio need to repay Moyes' faith now. Moyes has been... I found Moyes' comments really interesting on Antonio, Gio. I don't know if you heard them at all, but he said it's not just the scoring goals. If it was just the scoring goals, what David Moyes said, we could work on that and we could do loads of shooting drills. It's not that. We need to work on the other stuff before he gets into the goal scoring positions as well. David Moyes' words in yesterday's press conference. So clearly he doesn't think that everything's hunky-dory. My concern is also your concern, Gio. They've not had much time to work on the training ground. So will he have been able to iron out whatever problems he perceives there to be with Antonio? He had quite a lot to say on Benrahma as well, actually, particularly last season, which was interesting. So, yeah, I'd be interested to see. Look, it's a good team. We could still score lots of goals, and I think we'll win.
Yeah, I'm pleased Moyes commented that about Antonio because it almost backs up what you think. Do you know? You always want that stuff because when you do the preview, blah blah blah, and then someone might call and say, "What are you on about? Antonio's been playing well." Well, actually, the manager doesn't think so either. So, okay, I'm not more qualified than you are. David Moyes certainly is. So, what in his direction, if you wouldn't mind for that one. I get it. I wasn't actually expecting Lanzini to start. I sort of get why Moyes hasn't started. Do I think he deserves it? Yes. Do I think he should start? Yes. Do I want to see him start? Yes. However, 2 things. First of all, he's looked good when coming off the bench. That's all he can do, but it's easier to do that than it is to start the match kind of thing. And secondly, Lanzini's a sort of like a possession type player. You need to have the ball to get the best at Lanzini. Brighton are a possession-based team. They're top 5 in the Premier League for possession stats and stuff. They're probably going to have more possession than West Ham this evening. Now, that might suit West Ham's style of play. I think it will, actually. But I don't know if it would suit Lanzini's style of play, to be honest with you. I think, actually, he's better off against a team where we are going to see more of the ball. However, so, like I said, I don't necessarily agree with it, but I can sort of understand where David Moyes is coming from. However, it's one of them. It's a bit like, if we do not go on and win tonight, you do look at the starting 11 and think, well, it's no surprise, really. You just done the same thing again and expected different results, and you don't got it. And Moyes, after the City game, has told us that, I never seen Antonio ones, but I've certainly seen other comments which are saying that attacking-wise, we're not doing very well at the minute, and that he wants to bring in an attacking player in January. And he sort of used Benrahma as a little bit of an excuse for bringing in an attacking player. There's much of a correlation between we need a player and the current ones are not performing at the moment. There's a big correlation between the two. So it would hint that David Moyes isn't happy with what he's seeing from Benrahma, Fornals, and Antonio, and possibly Bowen at the moment. And I hope they can fight, to be honest with you. Would you like to know the West Ham bench? Of course you would. Lanzini. Lanzini's on the bench. We've also got Mark Noble, Diop, Areola, Masuaku, Vlasic, Yarmolenko, Sonny Perkins, and Alex Kral. Perkins is on the bench again.
Let me bring the bench up. I think I've got the bench here somewhere. There we go. Okay. Perkins, I like it. I like that. I'm really pleased. I'm pleased about that. It's a good bench. I think it's a good bench. Interesting, actually. Vlasic should be looking to try and get on here because whilst you pointed it out the other day when I named the 5 attacking players, and you said, "Oh, don't forget, there's Vlasic as well." As a number 6, I had excluded Yarmolenko because I don't think he's in the conversation just because David Moyes would start him in a Premier League game. Anyway, Vlasic that is a really interesting observation, Joe, because Vlasic should be looking at these guys. Vlasic should be looking at Ben Rama. He'll be looking at Fornals. He'll be thinking, hold on, you boys have been a bit crap the last couple of games. He's probably more polite than to say that, but he's probably thinking it. He's probably thinking that actually, he will feel that he was good in Europe, and he will feel that he was good when he come off the bench against Wolves, albeit late. So he'll certainly be hoping to get onto the pitch at some point. That being said, if he does get onto the pitch, it means we're doing very badly. So I hope not to see him, if that makes any sense at all. Fornals is due a game. I will say that. Fornals is due a game. And at some point, particularly, it's like anything, like any job. When you work hard, constantly work hard, you get your payoffs at the end. And he'll keep working hard. He'll keep getting into positions. And I don't think it's his endeavour that slipped. I think his technique slipped the last 2 or 3 games. That'll click back because he's actually got quite sound technique. So yeah, a big performance from him tonight, though. It's certainly needed, but more so from Antonio, I think.
I think that's probably the most balanced bench we've seen all season for West Ham, actually. We've obviously got the goalkeeper, you've got a centre back, you've got your full back, you've got your centre mid, attacking mid, you've got an natural striker on there as well. It's actually a very balanced bench for West Ham. If we need a goal, I don't see a situation where Sonny Perkins gets on the pitch, and I hope I'm wrong, but unless there's unless there's 3 goals in it either way, he won't come on. If we need a goal, he'll turn to Lanzini, Yarmolenko, and Vlasic, and if we need to protect the lady, he'll turn to Noble, Kral, and Lanzini. Like I said, I don't necessarily disagree with him. It's good experience to see Perkins on there. Obviously, Creswell's missing, but also Ryan Fredericks. Ryan Fredericks is on the bench either, so I can only assume he's got another knock. Not bad. Not good for a player in his final year of his contract at West Ham. I think he's going to be kind of fine as Fredericks if he wants to get a new contract handed out to him at some point this season. Before we move on to the Brighton team, just quickly, thank you to Sir Daddy for $5. He says, are we going to play the same team against Chelsea? We'll discuss that in Chelsea preview, but the answer is no, in my opinion. And Alan, thank you. How close is Rice to suspension? 1 yellow card. If Declan Rice gets booked tonight, he will be suspended for the Chelsea game. If he gets booked against Chelsea, he'll be suspended for the next game. It's inevitable he's going to have a 1-game suspension at some point this season because I think how many games have we played in Premier League? 12.
Is this at
12?
It might be 13. I don't know. Someone I know. I seem to think. I thought Southampton had played. I thought they had 16 from 14 games. I don't know. I don't know.
Anyway, maybe it is. I don't know. But he's got at least 5 games to go without getting booked in order to avoid suspension before it moves up to 10 yellow cards for a 2-game suspension. So it feels inevitable that Declan Rice at some point is going to pick up his 5th booking of the season and miss 1 game. So if he gets booked tonight, Declan Rice, he is suspended for Saturday against Chelsea. Bear that in mind when you're watching the game. Would you like to know the Brighton team?
There it is.
He's got Potter's made a change. He's changed his formation. Sanchez is in goal for Brighton as always, and he's actually going with a back 4 this evening instead of his usual back 3 of wing backs because Tariq Lamptey is on the bench. So Potter is managing Lamptey's come back from his injury ages ago, and he has been managing it quite well, to be fair to him. So he's gone with a back 4 this evening. Cucurella left back with Dunk and Webster in the middle, and Veltman at right back. A midfield pairing of Bissouma and Modder. Neil Mopai is up front, and they've got an attacking trio as well. And there's another gamble here by Graham Potter. He's got Leonard Trossard, Adam Lallana. Those obviously aren't the gambles. But he's also included Jeremy Saramentillo, who is a 19-year-old attacking midfielder who has so far made 1 appearance for Brighton prior to this evening. So a very young lad. Can't tell you anything about him, obviously. I just know he's 19. He's an attacking midfielder. But Potter's gambling, Gonzo. I think this is interesting. I think Potter's not necessarily feeling pressure. He's just changing up a little bit and giving us something to think about. And while we may not have had much time on the training ground, I bet we weren't prepared for this Brighton team.
No, we probably weren't. But we wondered whether Lamptey would be in the team starting or not, or whether he'd be on a bench. That gives us our answer there. Certainly, I like I like Lallana being in there. I know I'm going to say he's going to bite me on the arse, not literally, hopefully. Otherwise, I'll sue him for all his money. But I like him being in there because
You
I
get
think
good views in that video, though.
it could be a good one.
Adam Lallana bit me on the
Don't forget to
arse.
subscribe. Yeah, there you go.
Thumbnail would be good.
Sorry?
Thumbnail would be good.
A thumbnail. We could do, like when you do the silhouette with like the question mark. So, and we could which Premier League footballer bit Gonzo's bum, and me going like that, and then it's like that, but
just
silhouetted out.
You can either use Steven Gerrard slipping. You could get that image of Steven Gerrard. That was a good image. You get him silhouetted out, and that because he's on his hands and knees, isn't he? Or you could just get Luis Suarez if you want. You could just get him involved.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, Lallana's on fire, and he's biting Gonzo's bum. It's a good song.
I don't think that's going to take off. To be honest with you,
It probably won't. Anyway, I'm glad to see him in there. Not for his bum biting technique, but because. I just think we're such a high energy team. He's obviously a really skillful player, very, very good on the ball. But I'm hoping that might play into our hands slightly. Obviously, you've got Trossard there. You picked him out. He's a good player. He is a good player. But from an attacking point of view, so they're clearly coming to attack us. The Basuma battle is going to be interesting in the middle, certainly because he is a high energy player. Which can be interesting against our two, particularly bear in mind what you said about Declan Rice. Is Declan Rice going to be holding off a little bit today? Because he's not going to want to miss that Chelsea game with a card. So
no.
Really, really interesting. They can shake things up off the bench as well, though. Has to be said. In fact, I'll pop their bench up there. Still Lamptey, McAllister, Mwepu, Gross, March, Duffy, Locadia and Burn. What? That sounds like a spirit. Why is it and Burn anyway? I don't know.
Because it's the final name on the bench. Two different people.
All right, fair enough.
Anyway, their team worries me a little bit, actually. I do think Potter's made a bit of an own goal because I think two teams have beat us this season. Two of the three teams have beat us 4 now. Have played back threes. Brentford and Wolves both played back threes against us, and we didn't know what to do. And I think for Brighton to switch to back 4 seems a little bit not naive by Potter, but a bit strange because I thought he already had one up on Moyes by playing just his usual formation. But I'd expect it to change at some point in the second half if they need to. Lamptey will probably be one of his first ports of call. But the one thing I found was more interesting was, for whatever reason, they asked Potter about our set pieces prior to this game. They basically said, about how West Ham are really good. And he sort of paid respect to it. He said they're as good as anyone in the Premier League. But he also dismissed it a little bit and basically said size isn't everything kind of thing. And I was genuinely 100% expecting Duffy to start tonight because he's their best header of the ball offensively and defensively. And I thought they would make sure that they had Duffy, Dunk, and one of Webster or Dan Burn in the team so that they had 3 tall centre-backs defensively. So I'm surprised he's not done that. Veltman, obviously playing right back, can also be a centre-back and stuff. But I do think, looking at that Brighton team, when we get set pieces, I am going to fancy our chances. Now, obviously, the bit of a bummer for West Ham is that there's no Aaron Caswell on the pitch, so we've lost our best set-piece taker. But Jared Bowen and Pavel Fanaz are on the pitch, and Mark Noble isn't. So I think we've got sufficient depth in terms of taking set pieces. And I just think Potter, with the formation change, not playing Lamptey, because I appreciate that he's managing his return from injury. I'm sorry, but when you haven't won in 8 games, you need to make sure you win your next one, kind of thing. And I just think not playing Lamptey helps West Ham. And then this sort of naivety, if you like, over set pieces, I think those 3 things together, I think that makes it 1-0 David Moyes. And we're not even on the pitch yet. Might be being a bit biased as a West Ham fan, but like I said, while I saw Brighton's team, I thought, good team, good attacking team. They're probably going to score tonight with that team they've got out there, Brighton. But I'm feeling a bit more confident now, actually. I've just sort of made myself feel more confident. Anyway, right, guys, get your comments into the live chat, whatever you think about the West Ham team. the Brighton team, anything related to the game, get them into live chat. And while you're doing that, myself and Gonzo are going to pen a little bet together. And if the bet wins, we're going to give some cash. What are you fancying, Gonzo? I'm on Paddy Power again. So you're gonna have to bear with me. I'm not used to it. It's a bit alien to me.
You take your time. While you figure that bet out. I'm just thinking about Graham Potter because that's the second time he's been a little bit feisty because he got feisty by calling all the Brighton crap to all the Brighton fans, didn't he? Now he's having a pop at West Ham's players and David Moyes. I think maybe he's been drinking. He's probably been on the old Lacardia and Burn, hasn't he? He's been drinking that. He's absolutely smashed. Maybe Potter's going to run on a pitch, start gobbing off at the referee, and get a red card himself because he's smashed basically. I can't
because he's smashed.
Put that in there.
No. What do you fancy anything for this bet? While I'm just chucking a few random things in.
I do fancy something for this bet.
What are you fancying?
I fancy. This is what I fancy. Because he said about the set pieces and tall players don't mean anything. I think Dawson is going to score from a header from a corner, and they'll all have a little celebration. So they'll all pretend to be little hobbits or munchkins in the celebration after Dawson scores.
Okay, so, let me downgrade it to Dawson's shot on target. Will you accept that?
All right, if you want.
And I'm going to put in Trossard's shot on target. Is there anyone else you fancy from West Ham? Do you fancy Bowen? Or Ben Rama's good odds, Bowen's good odds. Antonio's crap.
Or a shot on target?
Just have a shot on target.
Oh, well, Ben Rama will have a shot on target. Yeah, I think he will, yeah.
Yeah, right. We'll put Ben Rama in. That's all right, to be fair. This is what I've got so far. Tell me what you think. I've got West Ham to win. Mm-hmm. Got Trossard, Dawson, and Ben Rama to have a shot on target. West Ham to have 5 corners.
I like it. Anything but Lallana biting me bum?
There's nothing about that. That's £100, right? So we'll go with that. That's the bet then. If I can find it again, I've done the bet. Where's it go? Here it is. West Ham if this bet wins, we'll give someone £100 cash. We'll tell you how to get entered in just a minute. If the following happens in the game, someone's winning £100. West Ham to win the match. Trossard, Dawson, and Ben Rama to have a shot on target, and West Ham to have 5 corners. And that's it. That 5 things. The phrase in the live chat. Please input the following phrase.
Mopai is gross.
Mopai is gross. Get that into the live chat. He's starting gross, isn't he? Pascal Gross starting. He's top for chances created in the Premier League. He's right at the very top, actually.
No, Gross is on the bench.
Oh, that's good news. Oh, Potter's just scoring own goals everywhere here.
He's a top scorer. Oh, he's not in the team.
I'm gonna call him Jamie Carragher, the amount of own goals he's getting at this rate.
Oh.
Right. Oh no, this is not good. I sometimes click comments and without reading them. Danny says, hope West Ham get a win for his granddad who passed away on Monday, 94. Come on, you Irons, 3-1. Ben Suchek and Dawson.
Well, absolutely. Well, sorry for your bad news, Danny. And let's do it for Granddad Danny. Certainly, mate. Certainly.
If all that happens and West Ham get 5 corners, that means the bet wins as well because he's got Ben Rama and Dawson in there for the shots on target. This is a good point. Jordan makes a very good point. As long as Moyes plays Ben Rama in the right position this time, he needs to be on the left wing. Couldn't agree more. It's pissing me off seeing him in the number 10 role now, Gonzo. I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
I know you do.
I just don't get it. We've scouted someone playing left wing, paid 25 million for him, and moved him into a different position.
Yeah, but Moyes does that. If you're going to say that, look, Cresswell plays at centre back. And
right, hang on. Apart from Antonio, I know you're going to say Arnautovic as well, but apart from Antonio, who had played up front under previous managers as well, not as frequently as under Moyes, but there was evidence there prior, and Marko Arnautovic again. Sorry, but Marko Arnautovic, he wasn't a winger. He was the most laziest attacking winger you could possibly have got anyway, right? Who else has he moved position?
Okay. I thought she's going to turn into a Monty Python sketch of what did the Romans ever do for us. So here we go. So apart from Marko Arnautovic being switched position, apart from Mikel Antonio being switched position, apart from Aaron Cresswell being switched position, apart from Thomas Suchek
I'll give you Cresswell.
Apart from Ryan Fredericks being played at right wing, apart from Ryan Fredericks being played at left back, apart from that, Moyes never switches positions with anyone.
Fredericks played right wing.
We have also seen Mark Noble as a sort of left-sided number 10 for the season before last. Played the last
dog shit.
What?
and it was
I
crap.
know he was, but my point is, David Moyes switches players' positions. That's what he does.
Okay, I should have said successfully then. I'll give you the credit for one. I
All
had
of
never
them.
seen
All of them.
Creswell.
All of them. All of them.
No, I'm not giving
he
you
switches positions.
Fredericks.
This is what he does.
It's not working. Anyway, George says, thank God Lamptey's on the bench. Really wish we'd freshened up the attack with Lanzini.
All right, George.
Marks, does he get sent off or suspended for the next game? Oh, he just gets suspended for the next game. You're not getting sent off for having a yellow card in tonight's game. Don't worry about it.
Where's Mulch, Mike?
Anyway. Keith, we're never going to change the team lineup. Always play the same players. Suchek needs a rest. It's a long season.
It is. Keith, I think that's your son was stood on the sofa there. Just want to point it out. It's in your avatar.
It's Christmas Jordan again. He says, hopefully we can take Rice off, put Lanzini on to avoid Rice getting the yellow card. Snow Christmas card. A yellow snow Christmas
he means
card.
Urine. Never eat yellow snow, as I say.
If everybody starts with these Christmas puns, this is going to be a long flipping December for me. It's the 1st of December, and I'm already getting stressed with all this Christmas stuff.
Grinchy Geo there.
I am, yes. People might not know what I hate. I don't like Christmas. I don't like it. It's not that I don't like it. I hate it. I hate it. David says, this is a must-win game. We need all 3 points to maintain our 4th position. Amen.
And a Merry Christmas to you, David.
Non-Christmas Jordan. No Christmas trees. I like that, Jordan. I prefer that Jordan to other Jordan. So serious question for Hamish Chat and team. I was thinking about this, and Moyes leaves us. Who will we have that suits us?
If Moyes leaves us, he's not allowed to leave us. He can't leave us. He's not leaving us. It's Christmas, Jordan, for goodness sake. You wouldn't do such a thing at Christmas.
Look out, Bernals and Ben Mam have done nothing in the last few games to start this one.
You're not wrong.
Chris loves your pinball channel.
Oh, Chris, thank you, my friend. Thank you. You're a gentleman. Thank you very much.
Paul says, how much do you think we'll have to spend in January? 40 million.
30 or 40 million.
Rob saying Potter's doing what Moyes hasn't, made a change and took a gamble. I agree with that, Rob. I don't think Moyes needs to some extent. I know we've lost the last couple of games, but one of them was against Man City. I don't really blame Moyes for playing this.
I thought we were all right as well. Let's be fair. Until the Christmas weather started coming in, I thought we were all right. So I think we could play well in this game. I really do.
Peter says no penalty for players playing poorly. It'd be interesting to see the team selection for Chelsea. Peter's another person obviously likes to see players punished.
Well, I like Peter's a good man. Good man. Not because he likes players punished. I'm just saying, independently of that, Peter's a good man.
Cody says this makes me worried the rumours are correct and Lanzini will be gone in January. I never seen those rumours until you did that video.
Yeah, and somebody didn't. Well, I don't really look. Why would I should you believe in anything I say? But I did. Somebody asked in the comments, and I did. So I clicked a couple of the articles and posted them in the comments. It weren't me that made it up. I didn't make it up just to do a clickbaity title. I promise you. I am more than capable of doing that. Don't get me wrong. But they were genuine articles with Moyes fattening Lanzini up to make him more attractive to sell him. Fatten him up like a Christmas turkey. Some might say, Gio.
Oh, leave it out. Moyes invented the 2 goalkeepers on the bench. Yes, that's true. He did. And Kevin's backing you up, saying Johnson was switched to left back.
Thanks, Kevin.
But he's not a left. He's played left back 5 games. He filled in at left back. That's all he did. He's not. That's not. I'm not allowing that.
Moyes changes position.
Moyes didn't move Rice from centre back. Pellegrini did that.
Oh,
Pellegrini moved him. Moyes had him centre back, and Pellegrini shifted him into defensive midfield.
Sorry, me team holding. Me team holding fell down. It's team holding.
Anyway, Chris says he loves Antonio, but he should be on the bench. He's looked knackered the last couple of games. Going up front, quite a lot of people now saying that they also hate Christmas, and a couple of people saying they love Christmas. James, thank you for the £2. James said he's got his baubles out watching the show. I hope they've been manscaped.
I hope so, Jay. And hopefully festive, sparkly baubles, James. I hope.
Have you got an advent calendar?
Well, I don't. The children have, obviously. I tend
Why
not
have you
to
not got
not to
one?
have one. Why would I have an advent calendar? I'm dad. Dads don't have advent calendars, but thank you. Thank you for trying to remind me, Doug. Listen, I'm not shy of chocolate. Martin came round the other day and he brought a lot of chocolate. I've got to say, Martin, I know he bought all the chocolate for the kids, but I did eat the chocolate orange. Sorry. Sorry.
George says, stop chore service should be okay. Ronaldo and Ben Rama must do more and Bowen has to take his chances. Oscar's saying Halloween or Christmas. Do you have a preference?
Christmas, but I was used to bonfire night, never traditionally Halloween, but the kids love it. It's sort of growing on me, but Christmas much better, 20 million times better than Halloween.
No, Halloween for me, because I think, funny enough, Halloween represents when I was younger, Halloween represents what I hate about Christmas to some extent. Is Halloween's about community, but your neighbours come round, you knock on the doors, blah, blah, blah. And that's what Halloween is for me. It's about community. It's not necessarily about the candy or anything like that, but it's just like a byproduct of it. But it's about neighbours chatting to each other. It's an excuse to go around and speak to people. About community. Whereas Christmas, it's now just about my dick's bigger than your competitions these days, isn't it?
What advent calendar have you got? That's why I don't want an advent calendar. That's what you get when you open
the Manscaped one.
The 2nd of December tomorrow. What have I got in there? Oh, it's my dick's bigger than your dick chocolate. Brilliant. I'm not eating that.
Yes, she does. She does like it. She does like it, unfortunately. Gonzo, you can do a pinball machine with Lalana bit my bum.
They do rethemed. I'm working on a retheme of a pinball machine, a West Ham pinball machine. It's going to take a couple of years, but but no, I won't do a Lalana bit my bum.
Tune back in in 2024.
Please don't forget to subscribe. Yeah.
But if Gonzo has David Moyes round, he might convert it into flipping food processor or something since he's so good at stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You'll probably, if it's a David Moyes one, you'll probably find that my pinball machine will be slightly bigger and slightly slower than all the other pinball machines.
Moyes will still play up front. Arrive 66 says it's only him that knows Ben Rama's off games in Premier League when he has blonde hair. I'm all for like really random far out theories, but I think even this one's a bit too far fetched for me.
I'm always, to be fair, I like the theory. I'm always distracted when I've got a blonde.
Do you know when he has blonde hair though? It's after the international break, because when they go to play for Algeria, they're not allowed the blonde hair.
What?
I promise
he goes to hairdressers on the way back.
I don't know when he does it. When he arrives back or something, he might go get it done. But when he goes on international duty, he's got to get rid of that blonde hair. Same with Riyad Mahrez. The Algerian, I assume it's the manager, doesn't let them have the whole blonde hair thing. They've got
he loves a brunette. The Algerian manager, he loves a brunette.
He obviously loves the brunette. But yeah, honestly, that's true. He does not like the blonde hair thing. Ruth says, we need goals. Any plans for boys to bring in more strikers?
Yeah, not always plans, Ruth, but no, they never come to fruition. Unfortunately, there's always plans though.
Lee, back to West Ham for a small period of time. Lee says, really feeling for Lanzini. I think he means what, but I'm just trying to be funny. Does the guy you need to do. Still, let's get a reality check. We are fourth, so let's stay positive. Has he just had a moan and then told himself off for having a moan?
I think he's telling us off, really. But it's all right. We all know we're fourth. We didn't think we were 24th. So we're all right. But I feel for Lanzini as well. I'm with Lee. I do feel a bit for him. What else has he got to do? Well, as Lee just said, I've just basically read out Lee's message again, but I agree.
Are you ready for a crap joke? We
Always.
love crap jokes, don't we?
Always.
Chris, I'm thinking I'm doing a Christmas song this year. It's called Do They Know It's Christmas? It's a cover.
It's a good joke. I'm sorry. It's a good joke. I like that. Excellent.
Alan's
you know what's coming.
Yeah. well, Alan, by the looks of it, because he's got he got the lawnmower 4 last week. So yeah, buzzing. The lawnmower.
Literally, yeah, it is buzzing. That's how it works. Yeah, just keep charging it up, and it will continue buzzing.
Mandy said if we're going to get top 4 this season, Vlasic, Ben Ram, and Bowen need to put some goals in to take the pressure off of Antonio.
I totally agree.
Iron X says, how are these players knackered? I played every Sunday, week in, week out, and worked during the week, went running every other night. What are these players made of?
Not the same stuff that you're made of, Ionix. I tell you that. They don't know they're born. These players are not made like you. No, there you go. That's what we need. 11 of him.
We look positive tonight. It's a good sign, apparently.
We do. We have got a positive demeanour about us.
I don't know. Last time we were this positive, Wolves beat us.
There you go.
We were both like 3-0. Yeah, 3-0. Yeah, we're going to do them.
The Wolves. What a bright. It's the Seagulls, isn't it? I was thinking of some sort of.
Did you forget about
the sparrow or something? Well, but it's a seagull, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, rubbish. Anyway, I was just checking something. I was going to have a look for this, for the card tip. I've just had a quick look at the player that I said earlier for the patrons. He's not even starting.
No, Lamperty's not start. No.
Not Lamperty, the Watford player. I was going to do him, but he's out. And then the Southampton player, he's starting. Right, okay, I'll give you one. This is not for the West Ham game or the Everton game. Richarlison's always a good bet. Tonight, Southampton, Kyle Walker-Peters. Kyle Walker-Peters for Southampton. That's my nap for the evening.
Do a double. Like. Do Richarlison and Kyle Walker-Peters. Not that I know anything about these things.
He's a bit. Richarlison's odds are a bit short. Mark saying, "Have you got Christmas decorations up?" You've got Christmas decorations up. I've seen your tree.
Yeah. But the kids have gone. They've gone for tonight. They've gone to their mums. So I'm taking. They won't watch this. I hope they're not watching this. I'm taking all the decorations. They've done it all wrong. It's mucking me up. It's not symmetrical and stuff. So I'm going to take all the baubles off, all the lights off, and I'm going to redo them.
Oh, we're not happy.
I'm not happy with it. It's not right. I can't keep sitting in that room looking at that tree like that. It needs sorting out.
We've got the tree's up. The tree went up last week. I announced prior because, as far as I'm aware, no tree should be up before the 1st of December. When I go for a walk and I see people's decorations up in November, I want to burn the house down. Not with anyone in it. I don't want to kill them. I just want to burn the house down.
Just to be clear, he doesn't want to. But he doesn't agree with Arsene Wenger.
But last week,
hold on. What do you get? Sorry, what do you get? As a joke, what do you get if you cross the former Arsenal manager with the leader of the Galactic Empire?
I don't know.
Arsene Vader.
Oh dear.
Sorry.
Yeah,
you're walking down the decorations a day earlier. You're walking down the thing, yeah.
Well, that last week when decorations got first mentioned, I remember we were playing Brighton on the 1st of December, so I let her put them up at the weekend. Then I almost torched my own bloody house, but to be fair, the tree looks quite good. I'm not going to tell her this, but the tree looks all right. And I've got a dancing Santa that is in a kilt, and he's got these bagpipes, and he plays Auld Lang Syne on his bagpipes.
Can you bring him on if we win?
Yeah, if we win, if people want dancing Santa, I'll bring them on. I'll put them up here, and I'll push the button.
I know they want it. They have to wait for their answer. I know.
He wiggles his arse.
I like it. I know the crowd. They want to see that.
But what's your score prediction? Jesus.
Oh.
Speaking of Christmas, Jesus. Get your score prediction.
Yeah, he has a lot to do with Christmas as well, Jesus. Yep.
Yeah.
It's almost a central part to it. It's funny you say that.
Yeah, because remember Jesus in the Bible. It said Jesus said to all his disciples, "You need an iPhone 13 for Christmas. Remind your parents." Yeah. Oh, and an Xbox. You can have one that you need both now, so you can post on Instagram and be better than all your school friends, because that's what Christmas is all about, isn't it? It's about
I didn't read that. Presents. I didn't read that parchment. What's a parchment? Anyway, I didn't read that part of it, but apparently, I think he would have been.
I think it's the new version.
He would have been pleased. iPhones for all, surely.
Right. Frank says 1-0 West Ham. Perkins winner. Major said 4-1. Chris has said 3-1. Leo said 5-1. Dave G said 0-0.
Oh, Dave.
Kevin 4-1, 2-1. Doug said 0-0 due to us being optimistic. Like reverse mentality, reverse psychology. That I like it. Scott's 1-0. Taz is 2-0. Steve's 2-1. Kaiser's 3-0. Frank's repeating what he's already told us. I see it, Frank. Just give us a minute. I'm patient.
Tell us again. Do it again.
Last says 1-1. Dave's 2-1. Ironix 2-1.
He was a player, Ironix. He not like these modern day players.
He obviously fancies one of the players to carry on with enough
form. One of lazy gits will do something, he's thinking.
3-0, 2-0. Everyone's going for a win except Dougie and Dave G. Here's Mark.
Hold on. I did it again. I'm terrible. Don't let me lose the technology. A Rich Mushroom Man says 2-2, and I really like that name. I love the name.
Who's Carlos saying is shite? West Ham and Brighton, or me and you? Or Halloween and Christmas?
I think it's just me and you. I think it's me and you and Halloween and Christmas. He don't like anything. He doesn't like anything. And fish and chips, dogs and cats, Gio and Gonzo, Christmas and Halloween. Shite.
He's fuming. He's not happy about something, Carlos. Two things are shite anyway. Anyway, right. Before we disappear, let's get him in, Charlie. Let's get Charlie. Hello, Charlie. Is that a Christmas jumper?
Yeah, baby. That's
fuck off. I'm not having that. Let's just
bring him back. Bring him back. Come on, bring him back, Charlie. Merry Christmas, Charlie. Merry Christmas.
We're here. We're here. Let's go. Come on.
A tree. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Festive
Merry Christmas to you
Charlie.
and your lot, Gonzo.
Welcome to the video, my festive.
Gonzo, let's before we start, let's talk top 5 favorite things about Christmas, Gonzo. What are you vibing? What are you feeling?
Jolly Christmas. I love it, mate. Love it. I like.
You don't even wear jumpers, Charlie Walsh. You ever wear jumpers? What's this?
This is legitimately one of 2 jumpers I own. The other one's like a smart one that I wear when I need to be formal for like work settings.
You don't even like Christmas.
I love Christmas. What are you talking about?
You traitor. Whenever I do the video on Christmas Day, you always come on with me because you say, I'm not doing anything. Christmas is crap. I'll come and join you.
No, I never say Christmas is crap. You are, this is a lie. This is slander, sir. I'm happy to come on and do the video because it's fun. And I think, people can get involved in everything else. But I'm never like, Christmas is rubbish, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm vibing it. I love a bit of crimbo, mate. It's
Did you say slanderous?
It's slander.
It is defamation of character. It is absolutely. Nothing says Christmas quite like Charlie Walsh, Gio. I'll tell you that much.
Thank you. I've got the Santa beard. Give it like 5 years. It'll be grey enough, and I can do that. It'll be fine.
I can't confirm. This is the first time.
Hold on a second. Let's get rid of him. Have you seen the film The Santa Claus?
I have seen the film. Yes.
I think it's you. He could come back if he could behave himself. He's going on the wrong side there. I think you are, and you become Santa Claus like Tim Allen. This is really confusing.
I could 100%. And again, I'll be honest with you. Give it a couple of years, it will be there. It will be. It's getting. There's greys appearing left, right, and so you can see something on top of my hair there.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever disliked one of our own videos.
You can't see it anymore because they've disabled that feature.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't mean anything to us anymore. Can't see it no more. It's fine.
Where's that guy? I bet he's fuming about it. Where is he? Let me click on him again. Carlos is raging like they've taken away the dislike counter.
He hates it. He's really unhappy about that.
I reckon Carlos seen into the future. He must be the future of the Christmas. He must have been talking about you two actually, with your attitude towards Christmas, Carlos. He was ahead of the game.
Carlos unhappy with both of everything. When Carlos heard that it was on Amazon tonight, he went mad. He's not happy about
lost
that.
It.
Absolutely lost it. Carlos, would you prefer it to be on Amazon or BT? He said they're both shite.
He did. He was very angry about all the options provided to him, yeah.
Before myself and Gonzo disappear, Gonzo, what's your score prediction?
3-1 West Ham. Christmassy.
I'm sticking with I'm going to say 2-1 West Ham. I'm going to say 2-1 West Ham. But anyway, myself and Gonzo are going to disappear because it's time to hand it over to Charlie. But before we do, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Coming right up is Charlie's Watch Along, so don't go anywhere.
Thank you, the Grinch, and thank you, Gonzo. I appreciate it very much. And remember, if you need to do any finance sort of stuff, it's coming up to that Christmas period where there's too many things to buy. You need to figure out what your finances are. Stuart Morris Accountants can help you, be it personal, be it business, whatever you need. Stuart Morris Accountants, they got you, bro. They got you. They can figure it out. Thank you very much to them. Gonzo, you all right?
I'm all right. He's gone now.
He's gone now. We can talk about Christmas.
We can. James is doing all the lyrics. all the lyrics of "Do They Know It's Christmas?" That's,
I was enjoying it in full caps as well.
Singing around in my head. Singing around in my head. You know, I was in my head whilst we were talking, so I could multitask like that. I had Christmas songs going round in my head whilst we were talking. But he's gone. He doesn't know.
He doesn't know. He hasn't got
this place right up for the next.
Yes.
I'm going to do. I'm going to
bun the match off. Just bun the match off. Do it instead.
Christmas videos, actually.
No, it'll be boring. It'll end 0-0. Don't worry about it. Just do it now, right? Hang up everything now, and then when he comes back, and you're like, you know.
Well, I might come up well Christmased up.
Christmased up.
Well Christmased up. Nothing says the spirit of Christmas quite like Charlie Walsh. Anyway, what you got on for tonight?
I don't know. I'll tell you. I will say this just very quickly before we go, because I feel like you might be able to. We ordered Wagamama's tonight. We had Wagamama's.
Yeah.
I do like Wagamama's, and I'm not gonna lie to you all. I eat a kid's meal from Wagamama's, but I get 2 of them because I'm an adult. But they are beautiful. They sent me the wrong one, Gonzo, and I'm very angry about this fact. But I did eat it still.
The wrong one or the wrong 2? Did they send you the wrong one twice?
Yeah. My girlfriend got the right one. Me, Big C dog, nah, fam, wrong one. There was like rice and some other nonsense going on. I don't know. I ate it again. I do want to be clear about that. I did eat it all. Is the eating part a problem? Should I have just like gone to the Wagamama's and thrown it at them or something? Because now
how far is the Wagamama's?
It's quite far. It's about a couple of miles. I can't be asked for that.
Yeah, have to do a long throw. I mean, it's a really long throw.
Bro. Secondary school shot put champion from my borough, bro. I got this.
Have those noodles.
It was rice. This was the problem. I wanted noodles.
Yeah, there you go. Have that.
It's got a big scatter effect, like a shotgun. The rice. Do you know what I mean? It's gonna cause more damage on the missile.
They're still singing. Do they know?
Trust me. Trust me. I can see mulch mites going for. We're all having a grand old time. Yeah. Trust me. I can see.
No, absolutely. We've got this thing called fat burgers.
Okay, talk to me. I'm interested.
And well, half the restaurant's fat burgers. The other half is spicy chicks. And not in a way you might hope. It's seasoned chicken, right?
Okay, but there was excitement for a moment there, but it is now subsided.
Burgers, you create your own burger.
Ooh.
Oh,
wait, hang on. Is Fat Burgers an establishment or is it something that's on a menu?
No. The restaurant is called Fat Burgers.
Right, I was misunderstanding. This is a whole new level of excitement I've got now.
Building, you know, like you get an Argos in a Sainsbury's now. Have you noticed that?
Yeah,
Argos is now in Sainsbury's. I don't even know if it's technically Argos anymore. I might as well call it Sainsbury's Direct. Anyway, that's a conversation for another day. But, please do tune into that video where we discuss whether Argos is really Argos anymore. Charlie can do it like his Waterloo Road video, and he can do it on a big whiteboard.
I still there. It's just over there. Just update everyone. I'm 60-something episodes in now. Having a grand old time. Carry on, Gonzo.
What's your channel?
A Top Lads. I don't upload on there until I have a really stupid idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Then it exists.
Yeah. So anyway, so the fat burgers, you create your own burger. Wow. Oh wow.
It sounds beautiful.
I mean, it's gorgeous. But I'm not talking like some little flimsy. Actually, I've got. Sorry, can I just say this? I digress. So if you go into Aldi, not the car, like the supermarket, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the frozen section, they're doing a rip-off of McDonald's, right? So they've got 20 chicken nuggets. They don't call them McNuggets. They look the same. They're covered in batter and all the rest of it, right? It's in the frozen section. I actually bought some only to see. I want to see how close this stuff is, but you've got to bake them. Anyway, I've got those. Next to it, there's that other McDonald's rip-off range. It's a burger in a box. Guess what they've called it?
Oh, hang on. I think I've seen these. No, my brain is starting to kick off.
So what's McDonald's most famous hamburger?
They have the Big Mac.
The Big Mac. What have Aldi called it?
If anyone knows, put it in chat. I swear I saw this like 3 weeks ago. All of a sudden it's kicked. I can see the box. The box even looks
in the same box, really. Yeah. So the Nuggets box is the same sort of box as well. It's not a Big Mac. That's what McDonald's call it, Stevie.
Steve B just comes straight with Big Mac.
It's not a big smack.
Is it big Whopper or something
James
like that?
Really close. James is really close. It's not a Big Jack. This is good. This is good. I might miss the start of the game.
Little Mac.
Dirty Mac. No, Dirty Mac. That's funny. That's what we used to call my mate Macca. Little Mac. No.
Little Mac is, of course, the main character from Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Yes.
Yes. Minecraft Implosion. Big dubs. Big dubs.
Well, enough respect to whatever you youngsters say to forgetting that. You probably don't say enough respect anymore, right?
Our Return of the Mac. Once again, what a song that is, by the way.
Morrison. Ravel Morrison.
Ravel Morrison.
Ravel Morrison sang that. Yes, no wonder he gave up football when he had such a great budding R&B career.
To be fair, Mac Morrison did go. He was in trouble with the law, if anything, more than Ravel Morrison was. So
maybe it's the name.
Maybe it's
the name. It was Mark Morrison, wasn't it? Mark Morrison, Ravel Morrison.
Yeah.
The supermarket Morrisons. These are all bad people.
Bad people.
Yeah. This is why Argos decided to go with Sainsbury's, because they were going to go to Morrisons. Oh, we heard about your reputation. You Morrisons are a bad crowd. We're going to go with Sainsbury's instead. Connor's saying they do a spicy burger as well. Stevie B. I don't know. I haven't eaten it. I've only bought the nuggets. I'll report back.
Fair. I mean, we'll see what happens. I respect it. I just like in Iceland, they sell actual Greggs products in Iceland. If you ever go into Iceland, they have they'll sell you like a box of like frozen Greggs sausage rolls and stuff like that. It's literally, and it's not a rip-off. It's made by Greggs and is only available in Iceland. I've never bought them, but I tell you what, I have been tempted. Van Morrison, that's an outrageous show.
These are. I mean, there are a lot of these rip-off things out there. Certainly. I got a bit of a complaint about Greggs, by the way. So we're getting really close to kick-off time, aren't we?
I don't know if we're going to be able to accept this. Oh, listen, this is basically all we do for the watch along for 2 hours anyway. So I know,
but
I don't know if I'm going to be able to accept
this. I have to go watch
this.
the game with my notebook and I've got to get my notebook ready, otherwise I'll forget it. I just whether I've got time for a cup of tea. Anyway, okay, so I go into Greggs, and actually I've left a really long review for the Greggs in Sandhurst on Google. I have to Google review on there. I mean, I've had a right moan up. So I go in there. They got one person doing the ovens, right? In and out with the ovens, and they're also stacking the shelves. They got one person serving.
Can I just say, if anyone's concerned, my camera is wobbling because that's how powerful the washing machine is. It is on the other side of the house, and it shakes so violently, Gonzo, now, and it's got worse that literally you could have just seen it a second ago. The webcam was vibrating. I've spoke to people who live above us when it was on, and I was like, do you feel that? And they're like, yeah, whenever it's on, the whole house vibrates. I'm like, I know. So if it's shaking, I apologize. There's not much I could do. It's the washing machine. Gonzo, carry on with your Greggs.
It does have the cleanest Christmas jumper in the world. It might vibrate. It might vibrate the whole neighbourhood. They can even feel it in Wagamama's 2 miles away, right? But it does do a lovely rinse cycle. So anyway, so they got the person serving. They certainly do. Bloody nice fat burgers. I wouldn't mind free, but anyway, death burger. To be fair, ain't good for you. And then they've got one person. So the thing is, it's got 4 Deliveroo drivers or whatever. Just Eat, the Uber Eats or whatever, and people are actually in there, and they got one person serving. And basically, these Deliveroo drivers are getting preferential treatment. So I'm waiting. It's taking me 10 minutes in this queue. I'm getting annoyed by this point. I've got the right ump. And I get there, and right. So okay, what would you like? I said, can I have a bacon? I'll have a bacon roll, please. And she said, sorry, we've got no bacon. I said, well, you do, because they've got the bain marie, like the plastic tubs behind.
Yeah.
I said, well, you do. So I've just seen your colleague get it off the tray with the tongs and put it in there. You've got a whole bucket of bacon there. Don't tell me you got no bacon, please. And she said, oh yeah, but that's not for this side. This is for the Deliveroo. I said, what? She said, well, we need to clear this backlog, Deliveroo drivers. I said, all the bacon is for them. She said, yeah. I said, well, how can that be? Why are they more important to me? And do you know what? She said, well, look, I am sorry, but, you know, we're really sort of snowed under, a bit Christmassy again, snowed under.
I can respect that.
So I said, all right. And so they do an omelette roll, an omelette in a roll. So I said, fine. Right. I said, I have the omelette. She said, I'm sorry, we don't have any egg. I said, oh, really? Don't tell me. I said, you've got egg, but she said, yeah. She said, I'm really sorry. And do you know what she said? She said, you can have a sausage roll. I don't want a sausage roll. I want a sausage roll at 9:10 in the morning. So anyway, not happy with that.
I mean, look, I was for you until the end. Of course, you want a sausage roll you want any time of day, sausage roll.
Vegan sausage roll first thing in the morning?
Bro, I'm not going to lie to you. Those
They're
vegan
bad,
sausage
actually.
rolls are
They're
good.
all right. They are
There
right.
all this hubbub about it. You lot were wrong, bro. It's good. It's a good product.
It was all right.
Not
It's
available
all
at the moment, apparently, for some reason. But okay.
It's all right. It's all right. But I've got to say, the vegan steak slice is a poor imitation. It's not nice. It's
I respect
nasty.
that.
Nasty. I think it might be the herbs. I think when you make a sausage, it's like the Cumberland sausage. It's got herbs and cracked black pepper and stuff like that in it.
Mm-hmm.
You can make tofu or soy or whatever it tastes like a sausage.
Yeah.
You can't make it taste like steak.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's the same gravy or anything. Anyway, I've got to go.
You've got 9 minutes till kickoff. So Gonzo, I shall see you at full time for the review. I'm just saying, tinsel it up. If you don't, I understand. There's football on.
I might not have time to tinsel it up.
I get it. I get it. I look, watch the football, but at the same time, put the football off, tinsel it up. Come on.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Mate, if I didn't have this to do, I'd come around and do it for you just to annoy Gio.
I will have him. Don't get me wrong. I'll do it. I'll just whether I can do it by the review today. I'm going to Christmas it right up all month.
When you come back for the review and you look at the chat and you see loads of people talking about the word tinsel, you'll know that I've sent them. Because I need to remember to just tell people to harass Gio.
Absolutely. Yeah, do it.
But I shall see you for the review. Gonzo.
Yeah, enjoy the game, everyone. Enjoy the game. I'll catch you all later on. Cheers, Charlie. Be good, mate. See you soon. Bye, mate.
See you later.
Bye.
There you go, everyone. That was Gonzo. He will be back for the review at full time, of which is, of course, an hour and a bit away. Well, I guess almost 2 hours away at this point, I guess. Time, I don't know how it works. Welcome to the watch along, everyone. I hope you're well. I hope you're good. We'll, of course, be live now until that review. That's right. All the first half, halftime, second half, all of that nonsense will be live until Gio and Gonzo are back for their bit, in which I'll spam the link in the live chat, and then I'll try and remind us all to go and harass Gio. So I'm just going to write the word Gio on my hand so I can remember to do that. I will forget inevitably. Because we're so close to kickoff, let's get straight to it, shall we? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least confident, 10 being the most confident possible, how confident are you of a West Ham result today? It is, of course, West Ham United versus Brighton at the London Stadium. It's live on Amazon if you are in the UK. But if you don't have Amazon or you're not in the UK and you can't find it, well, there is a place you can look. If you scroll underneath this video to the bit that says join our Discord, if you click on that, it's completely free to join. Lovely Hammers Chat West Ham community. On the left-hand side, we have a bit called Stream Links. If you click on that, you'll find hopefully what you're looking for. But otherwise, it's on Amazon. Screw Gio. That's not bad. We can maybe workshop this and make it a banger after. That is not bad. That is not. Screw Gio. Sort of right there. Because that's not bad. I want to annoy him. I forgot he hates Christmas. And now it's December. Now's the time to annoy Gio. Gio's Tinsel Challenge. Everyone send Gio their best Xmas jumper picks full of Christmas. Yeah. I've got mine is a Run the Jewels one because I can't not rep the boys at the same time. So let's have a look at some of these. Numbers. Let's see how confident we're feeling. Chuck, good to see you. Hope you're well. I haven't emailed you, Chuck. Jeez, this is how you know the hand technique doesn't work. Chuck. Do you know what it is? Because we'll go into it another time. Hello, Charlie. Good to see you, Wally. Hope you're well, my friend. Hope you're all good. And thank you. It's very warm, and the heating's on in here. It's a bad idea. I'm good and well, my friend. Hope you are as well. Come on, Jeffrey. Win and also Drew and Charlie we trust. Thank you, Stevie. Wrong, but I appreciate it. Let's have a look. 7, 6, 9, 11. Oh, big confidence, Wally. 7, 8, 7, 7, 6, 8, 7, 7, 5, 7, 8, 8. The zone in Spain. There you go. Useful to people in Spain if you're out there. 6, 8, 7. By the way, last week was the first time in a month where I didn't put money on Lanzini to score. No, Woody. It was the thing that you've been talking about for months at this point. Woody, I hope you've got it back on today. I don't, because I don't want you to lose money, but at the same time, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Thanks to dinner on Amazon. Yeah, neither did I until yesterday. I'm not going to lie. But thankfully, that's worked out for me. Is Manny not fit to play 90 minutes? I don't know. But I guess that is maybe potentially an answer. I'm watching from Nashville, Tennessee. I'm confident of a 9-0 score. Be 3-1 Mighty Hammers. Love that, Chris. Eric's only going for a 5. So there's some confidence. There's certainly some confidence. It's not El Fuego in the chat with confidence levels, but it's definitely more confident than not, which I can respect. What's good, CWB? And what, Matthew? Bro, how are you? I'm well. How are you, bro? I hope you're good. Hope you're all well. Good to see you. I'm with Gio. I'm afraid I only look forward to Xmas when I've worked my last day in December. I respect that. I do. And I used to, before I moved in with a girlfriend last year, my Christmas, decorations and stuff used to happen December, mid-December. But honestly, it has to be fought off to even get it to today. Do you know what I mean? It had to be fought off to push it back that far, to be fair. It's 2-1 to the Mighty Hammer, says Graham. 9, 7 in the confidence levels. It's back on today, so it won't happen. Okay, good. Lanzini only score screamers. You're not wrong. Probably as confident as Antonio's player rating, so pretty low, Kevin IMO, but that might be just me. Antonio brace tonight. I have to go for a draw, though. You know why, right? Yes, Glenn. Good to see you. Brighton, right? I looked this up when I was doing this video yesterday for Ham's Chat. I say for Ham's Chat, this isn't this. I was doing this video on this channel the other day. Yesterday, in fact. Brighton have drawn 7 at full time. Have had drawn 7 of their last 9 games in all competitions. I think it was. That includes the League Cup game in which they ended up losing on penalties after, but it did end in a draw. That's how drawy Brighton are right now. So realistically, it's probably going to be a draw. Ben, we'll get into it in a second. And I'll tell you what, Ben, let's go through the teams now and we'll just have a quick conversation about it very quickly as the teams are walking out. I need to pull them up so I can have a little gander. We'll start with West Ham. There we go. So, West Ham lineup as such. Fabianski in goal. Kufau, Zuma, Dawson, and Johnson. Central midfield pairing of Rice and Souček with Benrahma, Bowen, Fornals just behind Mikel Antonio. About as expected as you're ever going to see. Areola, Masuaku, Diop, Krau, Noble, Lanzini, Yarmolenko, Vlasic, and Perkins on the bench. Perkins getting a shout on the bench is very exciting indeed. But that was expected. Honestly, that's about as expected as I thought it was going to be. I didn't think it'd be anything different right now. I really didn't. It just is what it is. Brighton lineup as such. This isn't exactly in their formation. Their formation I'll show you in a second. In fact, wait, hang on. Yes, okay, they have got it on now. So we have Sanchez in goal. Behind me, hang on, let me do this so you can just see it for a second. Veltman, Webster, Dunk, Cucurella, Basuma, Moda, Sarmiento, who I've never seen play before. Apparently he's 19 or something. Lallana and Trossard behind Neil Mopai with a bench of Steele, Lamptey, McAllister, Webpu, Gross, March, Duffy, Locadia, and Byrne. There you go. So that is the 2 teams. That's the 2 teams from the lineups. Honestly, I'm relatively confident. Let's get those score predictions right at the last second. Let's get them in. I'm feeling very confident. I'm looking at that team. I think it's a good team. I think it's a strong team. It's about as expected as it was going to be. I said in the video yesterday that I wasn't certain whether or not we would see Lanzini and that maybe Aaron Cresswell would see Masuaku. I'm a bit disappointed we're not seeing Masuaku because I didn't want to see Ben Johnson go back to left back. I understand why he's done it. David Moyes has gone for the conservative, safe approach. Very expected. Certainly, I was not expecting anything else, but there we go. But what are your score predictions? Let me know. Clips, good to see you, my friend. Born to get busy. A bit of a battered squad. That I did see you born to get busy. You said a joke earlier. I laughed at it when Gonzo was here. I can't remember what it was. I'm just letting you know that something you said was good. You're welcome. Terrible for me, but you're welcome. For me, I'll go score prediction. It is probably going to be a draw, but I'll say 2-1 West Ham. I'll say 2-1 West Ham. I'm gonna back it because I do think we've got a strongish team out. We do have probably our strongest side out. I understand why some people would think Lanzini or something like that. I totally get that. But I do think this is probably our strongest, most reliable side. And so I'll go 2-1. However, know that my head is screaming at me because my head thinks it's going to be a draw. Know that when I say that. Anyway, I will, of course, have the timer on in this corner in a second to let you know just how far behind you I am. But I should be relatively close, seeing as it's on Amazon today. Should be relatively close. But we are about to get underway here at the London Stadium. Brighton are going to be kicking off, shooting from right to left. West Ham from left to right, of course. West Ham United versus Brighton will get... The players will take a knee, as they do now, before we get underway. And we are underway. There we go. It's West Ham United versus Brighton. Let's go. Coming Lions, big plays. Deploy the boys. Come on. Amazon Prime needs to take over the game. I really like Amazon Prime's coverage. I really like Amazon's coverage. It's so convenient for me, and it's so much cheaper than BT and Sky Sports and stuff. And which is probably, they would have to change their package. I would assume there would have to be some sort of difference if they were to take it over full time. But it's so much cheaper. I don't want Amazon to, because I don't want Amazon as a conglomerate to just take over the world. However, my God, is it better? Let's have a look at some of these score predictions. 4-1, 2-1, 4-1, 3-1. 2-1, 3-0. Evening, Charlie, mate. Good to see you, Kimbo. 3-1, 3-1, 2-1, 25, 24 seconds behind. Okay, there we go. All right, not too bad. That's mostly just the YouTube delay, because YouTube has a slight delay as well. So from me streaming it, from me saying this to it just going out on YouTube, there's a somewhat delay as well. And then you have the delay of, that's not too bad. I'll take that. I'm very framey on my screen. Don't know why. Can't really do anything about it, but still. Can't do anything about it, but still. Brighton starting on the front foot. Trying to find a bit of space for Cucurella down the left-hand side. Tries to dink it in towards the back post. No one there. Ben Rama, who's dropped deep to collect that one. Just calmly gets it away. Declan Rice sort of leaves it a little bit, maybe a little bit too far ahead of him. Him and Suchek getting a bit muddled. Ben Johnson slightly out of position. It's pulled across his hit. Bloody hell. I was holding T. That was a scary moment. Neil Mopai just drags it wide. Incredibly close opportunity. Very quick there from Brighton. Ben Rama tried to lay it into Rice. I'm willing to give Rice the benefit of the doubt and say it was a bit too far ahead of him, but it doesn't quite work out. Then a swift 1-2 between Mopai and the Sarri-Mento kid, I think it is. Completely takes Rice out of the game. Switch in, back inside. Mopai just drags it wide. Flipping close. Yeah. Sorry, Wally. I apologize. Jeffrey says he rates Mopai. Yeah, I do as well, to be fair. I do as well. I wanted Mopai when he was leaving Brentford. I wanted him. I quite like Mopai. I think he's good. He's good, like, sort of pressing forward, little terrier. Good guy who's going to go for it. I think he's I think he's good. I just think he's good. He'll go on to have a long career in a top European top 5 league. I don't know how high up in the game he'll ever go, but I think he's a talented player. Flipping Ben Rama losing the ball already. I wouldn't blame Ben Rama for that. It was a difficult thing to do. He tries to do all he can under a lot of pressure. Right, like I say, Rice could have got to it. 1-2 could have been stopped there. There's like 3 or 4 different moments where it could be stopped. It's a nice quick passing from Brighton to get in there. I wouldn't necessarily blame Ben Rama for that. Come on, you guys. Yes, Metalhead will. Come on. I'm intrigued to see how Ben Johnson starts how plays at left back today. He's taking a throw in now, about halfway into Brighton's half, over on that left-hand side. I really didn't want to see him switch over there. I don't think he's played very well there in general. His first game against City, I think, was decent, but I think we talk about it as if it was levels above because of the opposition and because of the low expectations, whereas I think it was actually just a fairly all right performance. It was a decent performance, not bad by any stretch of imagination, but I wouldn't talk about it for days and on. Ben Rama tries to go past 2, can't quite make it. It's a corner for West Ham. But outside of that, I've not really enjoyed him too much at left back. I think he has the defensive capabilities to do it, but going forward, I don't think Ben Johnson is the best player going forward regardless. But at the same time, going forward in that formation, on the left-hand side in that formation, it's just not, he's not on his strong foot. He doesn't look super comfortable doing it. And I would have preferred him to stay at left back and maybe even Kufal move to, I would have preferred him to stay at right back, maybe even Kufal go to left back or something else, but we'll see. Corner in, header. Oh, it's in. Souček. Thomas Souček gets the goal from the corner. It's whipped into the 6-yard box. Thomas Souček was basically there. I think, does it count? Does it count? Is it in? I don't know. I don't know why I'm getting closer to the home improvements. I don't know why I'm getting closer to it. But as it stands, it's West Ham United 1, Brighton 0. It's whipped in. Yeah, there's no reason why it wouldn't. Absolutely whipped in. Swaztekers by Pablo Fornals from the corner on the left-hand side. And Souček practically on the line in the 6-yard box, just ahead of the front post, just gets a little touch to it. Sanchez flaps at it as it goes flying past him. Thomas Souček, potato salad, gets the goal. It's West Ham United 1. It's Brighton 0. Big plays. The boys were deployed and the dubs are incoming. Are bountiful, plentiful. You love to see it. Flipping heck. I really thought, I don't know. It just didn't seem like it should. I was like, is this fair? Is this fair? And after early pressure from Brighton, West Ham go up the other end once and get the goal. I will take that all day. I've been meaning to get, so when I changed to this system back and I could do more things, I've been meaning to get like a potato salad thing. That was the one, someone said, get a potato salad thing for when Souček scores. I've forgotten. And now he's got one. Bloody hell. Big place use. I respect it. I do respect it. Okay, now park the bus. No, now we park the bus. Now we just, let's look at that. Oh, Souček with a little, don't know if you're watching on Amazon there, you would have seen a little green screen Souček. Do a bit of that. Yeah. It's very exciting. Pablo Fornals shoots from the corner flag, pass it on. It was basically exactly that, Reese. He whipped it in with such pace and ferocity, straight towards the box, and all it took was a little nudge from your boy's dome to get it past. No, I did see one thing. I need to scroll back and find it in the midst of all that. There it is. Well, pardon my violence and call me Patty. Hello, Scott. How are you? I hope you're well. Wrong as per usual. You're as present as you are wrong, which is you're here. Hope you're well. Oh, Palace Haunter. I just always get excited because Pokemon. Spammers beat Eustace Vermin, Weed Brighton. There's a lot going on in that one, bro. Now, I understand you're a Palace fan, so you have a weird rivalry with Brighton for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not sure anyone knows why. It's lost in the annals of history. Like when we thought that certain, there's something I was going to say that I was going to back down on that one. But the point is, I get excited because you're Pokemon. And I do enjoy that. What a start. What a perfect start. Like, they were all over us. They've once again regained possession of the ball and started to try and create problems for us. Passing it around relatively calmly. Graham Potter's side, of course, started brilliantly so far in the season and then tailed off the last nine games or so. Started just getting draws left, right, and centre, not conceding too many. But for us to go up the other end once and then get the goal, it's just, you just love to see it. You can't complain. You can't complain whatsoever. And it puts us in a beautiful position here where Brighton have to step out a little bit, have to try and go for a goal a little bit. They can't just rest on their laurels away if they felt like that was something they wanted to do. It's perfect. Love that. I just got here just in time for the goal. Hope you're well, lad. I'm all right. I'm good. Christmas time. It's always an exciting thing for me. This light is way too bright, which means it blows out the Christmas tree behind me, but there are lights on it. If you turn it on in a weird way, it starts playing noises because it's from the 90s. But yeah, no, I'm all right. I'm good. I did see someone mention this and I forgot to. I do have baby bells. They are back. I got some in the groceries. There are baby bells in the fridge. I forgot to bring them out. But if we get to the stage where we feel like a baby bell is necessary, if the baby bell vote gets passed, then I'll go for it. Pablo Fornals went for it. There was a moment where he regained possession of the ball on the halfway line. And obviously on camera, you can't see how far out or how awkwardly placed Brighton's goalkeeper was. However, he took a swaz from the halfway line. It ends up in the goalkeeper's hands. But you got to respect it. Let me just lob that underneath. Not that anyone ever listens to it, but I thought, but anyway. Loving a Christmas tree, says Willie. Thank you. Yeah, we did it the other day. It's an old one. It's maybe 2 decades, something. Oh, it's an old one. It's one of girlfriend's family's old ones. They've got like 3. But yeah, so we got it for free last year. Basically, we still got it here. It's a plastic one that you just put together. And then all the ornaments are like the ones that my girlfriend's mum didn't want to use. So we've decorated our house with the stuff that other people didn't want to use, but it's free. And we both just love Christmas, so we're here for it. Don't listen to any of that Geo nonsense about, oh, Charlie doesn't like Christmas. He's a liar, sir. A liar. You're a liar. Brighton keeping possession of the ball relatively well, trying to play it down the right-hand side again and pulling it back across. It's a nice idea. It's something we struggle with a lot, but they can't do anything with it. One of Brighton's players has gone down injured, holding his hammy, it looks like. Pablo Fornals on the inside, switches it, play across to Vlad Kufal on the right. He's got Big Suchek on the overlap. He hits it from range. Save from the goalkeeper. It was close. It was close. I don't know if the West Ham players knew, but I would have preferred us just to put the ball out of play there for fair play reasons. One of their players, I think it's the young kid who started at right wing for Brighton. I can't remember his name. Yeah, it is. He's gone down injured, but holding, I think his hammy. I think it's a hammy. I think he's done his hammies. But it was close there. West Ham streaming forward. It finds Vlad on the right-hand side, who just, he looked to try and cross in, then decides there's just a bit of space there, takes a little touch forward, steadies himself, hits it. It wasn't the best shot in the world. It was well hit, well struck, but it was pretty much straight at the goalkeeper, Sanchez. But one of those ones where it's bouncing and moving a little bit. So he sort of fumbles it a bit, and Bowen trying to just sneak in there, but it's pounced upon by Sanchez. And it's all right. Graham Potter with the beard and the jacket is starting to look like one of my relatives who lives up north. I just wanted to say that. Thank you for the Discord link for the game, quick and easy. You're welcome, Stevie. I will take all the credit, despite the fact I do none of the work. I mean, I guess I was one of the people who started the Discord and did a lot of early maintenance stuff on there. I don't anymore. But, you know, all credit should go to the people who do it. Ben, Ginge, Henry. Tom does it sometimes, but I'll take the credit since they're not here. Thank you, everyone. It was me. Yes. Although if any of you are here who do it, take the credit. I don't want it. What a corner and header. Yeah, it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. Just a cheeky whip in. You know what I mean? Sneaky Sonny Perkins on the bench here. Jeffrey, listen. I likewise, I don't think it will happen. Then what they were saying on the build-up, I don't think we'll see him unless there's 3 goals either way, and I doubt it. But I'd love to. I would be very excited. 22nd of December, it's your cup final. No, the cup final is a couple of games later. That's only that's an earlier round. 1979. Sorry, I know you might be a bit confused. You might be a bit baffed. But the cup final's in a couple of rounds later. I think it's 3 rounds later, something like that. What is it, quarterfinals, something like that? I don't know. We're in competitions like the Europa League, so we don't really tend to concentrate on what the League Cup's saying. Sorry, you might have to, because obviously you're probably going out of the Conference League. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But so I understand it's more important to you. But to us, you know, we're just a massive club and we don't see. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But subscribe 1979. Like the video if you haven't already. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. Anyway. I remind you of you. I'm sorry, Freedom. I'm very sorry for that. Bad times for you. What a failure of a human being I am on most levels. Yeah, we'd love to see Perkins come on and grab a goal. I'd just love to see him get any game time at all. Again, I doubt it will happen, but just getting on the bench is good. Good experience, and then hopefully, if there is an opportunity, you can just drag him in. You get rid of that little spammy spam. Spammy spam. What the hell was that? I just had a question. How did Sonny Perkins pass Connor commentary in the program? We should not have shipped Connor away. I mean, Perkins came on up front, right? So I don't know anything about Perkins, Jeffrey, at all. I'm a baffled guy when it comes to Perkins. That was the first game I'd ever seen him. So good searching diag from Brighton, trying to get in. Ben Johnson does well just to head it out away under mild pressure. But good searching diag. We're gonna have to keep track of this because Brighton are hitting him fairly regularly. I don't really know much about Perkins, but obviously he came up front. Is he a natural striker? I know I've been playing Football Manager recently, and West Ham, he is listed as a sort of attacking midfielder kind of player. So is he more of that? I don't know, but I don't know why Connor commentary left it in general. It's just because David Moyes trusts who he trusts, and that's the reason why we're seeing Bowen, Fornals, and Ben Rama today, which, to be fair, has worked out for us clearly. But yeah, that's the reason why you see these players and you don't see those changes too often. I would assume. But I don't really know much about Perkins. Like, if he was to come on today, who would he come on for? I don't know. Let me know if you know more about him in the comments. Leon, hope you're well, sir. Hope the Fenlands are treating you well, as per. Oh, Mr. Pardew's here as well, my mentor. How are you, sir? I hope you're well. I have been well. I'm good. I am well. I hope you are, sir. I hope you're all rested up and ready for some incisive analysis. Brighton are doing. Oh, Zuma getting caught out a little bit there. Brighton were doing well. They're playing the ball around. They're keeping possession of the ball. They're not creating a hell of a lot from it, but they're at least keeping the ball well. It lands at the feet of Zuma, who just gets a bit twisted under the pressure from Modder and Lallana there. Just doesn't expect it at all. Gets caught up, tangled up with Lallana. It is a free kick to Brighton. It's far away. It's not shooting territory, unless you're Dimitri Payet. It's not really shooting territory, I don't think. Maybe I'll look at it again. I'll change my mind. But no, it's shooting territory. I changed my mind. It is shooting territory. Awkward, Kurt Zuma. Caught out like he doesn't usually get caught out there. A little bit too calm on the ball when Brighton just went to pressurize him and went for him. Again, that's the sort of thing we'll probably see from Brighton. They need to do that now. Now they're one down. They are going to need to step to us a little bit more and try to make us panic, try to make it happen. And so we'll see how that ends up. Developing throughout the game. But it's a free kick, decent territory. They could hit it from Brighton from here. It would have to be a big hit, but it's certainly not unheard of. Trossard is standing over the ball. I think it's Trossard. I think it's Trossard and Gross, I believe. Might be wrong about that. No, it's not Gross because Gross isn't starting. Who the hell is it? I don't know. Not important. Not important. Trossard does hit it straight into the wall. Out for a corner. Not a great one, but straight at the wall. I think Perkins is generally a centre midfielder, even played at centre back. Jesus, but he's played up front recently and he's looked really good up front. Good finisher. Perkins is versatile. Fair. It's interesting. I don't really know much about him, so I'd be interested to see if he was. I'd be interested to see more of him. I wish I watched more youth games, but I just don't have the time. I wish I did. I have uni work due tomorrow. Still got to watch the Mighty Irons. Love that Minecraft. Love that MC implosion. Love that big plays. F uni. Bun it off, mate. Do not bun it off. That is not a Hammers Chat endorsed statement. That is purely a Charlie endorsed statement. Even then, I do not believe it. I did not go to university. I dropped out earlier than that. My girlfriend did. She's infinitely smarter than me and earns more money. Bowen hits it from range. Another halfway line one. I tell you what, West Ham are looking to try and catch out Sanchez here. There's a couple of times where he's coming out sweeper keeper style, very high up the pitch. And there he was sprinting back. And I tell you what, if Bowen had hit that one maybe a little bit more on target, he drags it a little bit. To be fair, he was shooting from the halfway line. But Sanchez was sprinting backwards towards his goal. Maybe would have put him under a little bit of pressure. Still. Stress. Chelsea match suspended as another supporter is requiring medical attention in the crowd. Jesus Christ. Yeah, they're flipping out. I hope that person gets better. I did not. Well, I'm not watching the Chelsea game. But yeah, flipping heck. All too often. Well, whenever it happens, it's bad. But yeah, not good. Not good at all. Not good at all. Judas, my trustworthy friend. How are you? Hope you're good. Hope you're well. Good to see you. Keith Ahern. Why so negative? Just go at them. This is annoying. We're giving them too much of the ball. We also keep giving it away. The giving it away, I think I can get to. Negativity, I don't know if we're playing that negative. It's just the style clash. The styles clash. This is what we do. It's what David Moyes teams do. And Brighton play an incredibly high line. Brighton want to control possession. They want to control it up the pitch. They want to put pressure on you. They want to step to you. And so if they're controlling it higher up the pitch, what we tend to do is we tend to activate our press about the halfway line. Once their players go across the halfway line into their own area, that's when we start to press. That's when we start to harry. Just going, pushing, right? And so if we're doing that, but Brighton are playing such a high line that they're always in our half, then we're never really going to activate that press. We are just going to play what we used to. It's a good ball in by Trossard, headed away by Craig Dawson. Bowen gets on there. We're getting header ping pong right now. Cucurella with a nice little chest down. Doesn't quite work out for him. It was a nice idea. He gets involved with a header. Very excited by Cucurella's hair is something I will say early doors. 78 possession by Brighton so far this half, by the way. But yeah, so it makes sense that we would be sitting deeper because that's what we do. Once the opponents step into our half, we tend to retreat into ourselves and lock up the area, squeeze ourselves, compress ourselves, make it as difficult to play through that as possible. We want to force teams out into the wide areas and cross the ball in because we're very confident with the likes of Souček, Dawson, Zuma, Rice to some extent, headering the ball away. So it makes sense. And Brighton don't really want to play the game in their half. So we don't get the press. There have been times like now where Brighton are deep in their own half, where Pablo Fornals, Antonio, they're pressing as a unit, trying to harry, closing down those passing lanes. But I understand what you're saying. I don't think it's too negative. This is exactly what we always do. It's just that in the specific styles clash of Brighton and West Ham, I think that's what we're seeing. I think that's why we're seeing what we're seeing. Brighton have a second player down. One of their other centre-backs, is it Webster, I think, has gone down. He looked in pain for a second as Dunk had the ball. Dunk then turned to try and play it to him, and he was like, no, I need to. He went down on the floor. Dunk's played it out. So Brighton have a second player down here. Did number 60 come off? I don't think he did. But it's not going to plan for Brighton at all so far. I think tactically it's going to plan for them, but obviously we've got a goal out of practically nowhere. So I don't think in that sense you can say it has. But I think in general, tactically, it's going well for Brighton. And that's potentially why they changed to that back four as opposed to the situation where Gio was saying in the build-up where they might have had a leg up by playing a back three and everything else. Potentially, that was the idea. If you play a back four, you can get as many people as high up the pitch as possible to try and control the possession inside West Ham's half. And that's why we're seeing such a horrendously large amount of possession Brighton's way, 78% possession so far. So maybe that's why they've done it. So in terms of tactics and everything else, in terms of dominance, everything else, it's going Brighton's way. But obviously, 2 injuries, 2 people pulling up, and obviously a West Ham goal. You can't sit here and say that it's working. It's working to the extent of effectiveness, but the point is that the only statistic at the end of the day that matters is the one at the top there, and it's 1-0. So yeah, it's a problem. It is a problem. Ball retention is awful. We are struggling a little bit with the passing. Their press is getting to us. As I've said before, we said it time and time again in these streams. We've said it in West Ham YouTube a lot. When we played, for example, Brentford, and they pressed our double pivot in Rice and Souček, we couldn't deal with it. And that's kind of what we're seeing here again. They're pressing us. We saw it with the Zuma situation. They're pressing us. They're making it difficult for us. And we're not keeping hold of the ball at all. At all. Todd, how you found Hammers across the pond? Hope you're well. We just got in from almost double shift. Flipping heck, mate. Okay, well, sit down, relax, enjoy some football. Hopefully a big dub. It's 1-0. You love to see it. But I hope you're all well regardless. Brighton again there, harrying Declan Rice as the game gets back underway. Just straight away pressing, pushing. I tell you what, it's going to be a long, difficult afternoon. Soufal having a big old clash with I think it was Basuma. Yeah, it's Basuma. A big old clash there. I don't know why they keep trying to score from distance. Because of Brighton's super high line, because their defense is super high, they play a sweeper keeper. And so you'll see a lot of the time Sanchez, who's their goalkeeper, playing unbelievably high up. Manuel Neuer kind of movements. Like, my man is just out here. Like, right now, he's outside his area, just hanging about. Because of their high line. So you need an extra person there to sweep up sort of balls over the top and also to get involved and just create little passing triangles where necessary. But that does mean there's a lot of space, and Bowen and Fornals have both seen that and have gone for it from range so far, which is a thing. Nice little chip over the ball there from Brighton, trying to get their way into the box. This is smarter. Cucurella on the left, pulls it back across, fires across past everyone. Hit from Veltman, I think. It was a good block by Declan Rice, I believe, who runs instantly into trouble. Then plays a bad pass to Ben Rama. Thankfully, it ends up bouncing to Antonio, who also can't do anything with it, and Brighton regain possession. You look like a Man U fan. Okay. Always happy to get our cousins in the US, our greatest friend and ally. Shout out. Big up the US. Inner, is your name Rick, or you just saying call you Rick? I can call you that if you wish. I always call you in a circle, but I'm happy to. MC Implosion, the Brighton keeper, loves to send him. He does. He's big into it, isn't he? He's big into it. It's a good opportunity from West Ham. Bowen down the right-hand side, tries to jink his way into the box. Trossard does really well defensively there. Bowen was trying to take it onto his left foot, as we know he does want to. Iron Bowen and all that wanted to cut into his left-hand side and try to have either a proper shot or even a pass. Can't do it. Trossard does well defensively there. Ends up forcing him into a situation where he just has to try and dink it with his right foot over into the box. Not very effective, not very good, but he does it. But we win a corner from it, so I can't complain. 1 goal from a corner already today from West Ham. Love to see it. Can we get a second one? You know? Souček is battling with Trossard in the box. The ball gets whipped in, looking for the back post that time. Way too deep. Way too deep. Easy for Sanchez, who rolls it out quickly. Brighton tried to counter-attack. Trossard was flying forward there, but doesn't quite manage it. Disappointing corner. Very disappointing corner. First one was so significantly better that the second one was a bit wank. Bit wank. I always end up pulling out face. I don't know why. I just enjoy it. Anis, I cannot, unfortunately. Amazon's Jeff Bezos will come into the house and kill me. Back of the head, you'll just see from off camera, I'm coming like that. You know what I mean? I'm done in. I cannot Anis, unfortunately. I apologize. But if you are looking for the game, if you don't know where to watch it, you should definitely check out the link in the description below, which says join our Discord. It's completely free. Lovely West Ham community, lovely Hammers Chat community, fans of all teams welcome. And then on the left-hand side there, if you scroll down, you can find the stream link section, which you'll find what you're looking for. Zuma just with a big old punt forward trying to find Antonio. Yeah, that's a good ball in. Mopai tries to put it across for Trossard. Kufal does well to get in there and block that. Mopai then just tries to swing in. It was a nice idea, but it doesn't quite work out for him. Close from Brighton. Good play, good incisive pass. Dawson does well to cover it. He's trying to pull Mopai onto just deeper and deeper. Can't quite manage it. He pulls it back across for Trossard. Ends up at the feet of Mopai once again on the deflection of a West Ham defender. Tries to just dink it into the path of the on-rushing Brighton players on the other side, but just can't quite manage it. Passes completed for West Ham so far, 25. Passes completed for Brighton, 148. So gives you some idea of the momentum here. Like I say, Brighton's tactics are working. Even if we're in the lead. And it's an interesting game because it feels like something could happen at any moment. Usually when the ball's being played around like it is currently around in the defensive area for West Ham or for the opposition, I can look at the chat, I can maybe pull up some stats, stuff like that, see what's going on in that side of the game. But here, it just feels like anything could happen at any moment. That was a great ball from Rice over the top to Kufal, and just a big diag. Kufal floats the cross in. It's not a great cross, but Antonio manages to get it down to Pablo Fornals off the bar. Jesus Christ. Man shook the bar with ferocity. Flipping heck. This is what I mean. It feels like anything could happen at any point. It's not. This is an interesting game for the neutrals, certainly. It was a great hit by Pablo Fornals. Just twangs the bar with ultimate power. Bounces down sort of a little bit in front of the line. It's no goal, but my God. Jarrod Bowen goes down under the chance from Cucurella there, wins a free kick in a good crossing position for West Ham, a good crossing position. We're going to probably see a replay of that Pablo Fornals chance here. The ball from Rice, big diag over the top to Kufal. Beautifully done. Kufal controls it. The cross, not great. He's looking for Antonio, can't quite find it, but Antonio headed it down towards Fornals, who's just on the sort of he's just sort of on the penalty spot, backing up, volleys it. How he keeps that down as well was brilliant. Underside of the bar, not quite over the line. What a bloody hit. What a hit, my son. Doesn't end up in a goal, but a good free kick position, at least for West Ham United. On the right-hand side, just outside the area, probably about 25, 30 yards away from goal. Bowen standing over it along with Kufal. Kufal whips it in, looking for Thomas Souček's head. Can't quite find it. Dawson on the back post, lays it short for Antonio. Just a little bit sluggish there in getting the ball. Can't quite manage it. West Ham maintain possession of the ball, but another good opportunity for West Ham. They're making it work from set pieces. Ben Rama, it's a decent ball towards Souček at the back stick, nods it back across. Dawson, Antonio deflects off him into the hands of Sanchez. Another good stuff. We're making it work from set pieces today. We are making it work. Felt like maybe, look, it might not be going our way in totality, statistically, tactically. I don't think it's going our way at all, if anything. But whenever we get a set piece, we are looking dangerous. Jared Bowen trying desperately to beat Cucurella there. Can't do it. Ends up fouling him in the process. Not great from Jared Bowen there, I can't lie. But yeah, flipping heck. 4 nows off the bar. We are the bar. Reference from WWE about 3-4 years ago there. You're welcome. But Brighton pass it around nicely. They're a handful for any team. Yeah, I agree. I solidly agree with that one. I think they're looking good. They're looking good. You can see maybe why they're getting a lot of draws. Because they're working well, but maybe you can argue a lack of quality up front. I don't know. That's not a diss on Mopai. I quite like Trossard as well. I quite like Aaron Connolly, who's their sub. That's a good ball in there. Looking for Mopai. Cucurella pulls it back across. Ben Rama collects it, lays it short to Pablo Fornals, who's battle with Yves Bissouma. Loses out. Free kick to Brighton. You can see, I don't want to say maybe a lack of quality up front because I think that's maybe harsh, but certainly you could tell if their front couple were in big form, how they would be an utter nightmare to face. They've been so good today, Brighton. And I understand why Brighton fans would be getting antsy with Potter. You know, like I said, 7 out of the last 9 ending in draws at full time is obviously an issue. It's obviously quite doubtful. You can see here how, like, we're looking at stats here. 5 attempts to West Ham, 2 on target, 3 attempts from Brighton, none on target. And that's with significantly more possession. If they had the money to really invest in their front line, it could be a really dangerous side. But they look really good. Again, I understand why Brighton fans would be frustrated with Potter to some extent, but I've got to be honest with you. I don't want to say be careful what you wish for, because that's what we got told all the time with Sam Allardyce. And we left Sam Allardyce and now look where we are. So 100% don't do that. But at the same time, I just look at it and I think, do you know what? He has got this team Brighton playing. They look very good. Our tactics have worked. We've had by far the most dangerous chances. Yeah, and 100% the same way. I think we're struggling in terms of ball retention. We're struggling in terms of... ball retention is the big one. We're just not having possession by any stretch of imagination, right? But we have had the most dangerous chances, especially from set pieces. And if you were to... But again, this is what I mean. It feels like a goal could happen any time. Usually I'm quite happy to just calm, look at the chat, look back, look this, do that, do stats, do whatever. But right now, specifically, it feels like something could happen. A long ball, that searching ball from Rice, the big diag from the centre circle out to Kufal, and then all of a sudden West Ham are in behind. Brighton are making it difficult for us, although West Ham are having a good spell of possession, it should be said here. Fornals managed to wriggle, plays the ball in. It was towards Bowen's head, to be fair, which was never going to happen. But West Ham are maintaining a good little spell of possession here. Declan Rice does really well. 1-2 with Ben Rama, back to Rice, lays it out short to Fornals, tries to pull it back across, can't quite manage it. Fornals drives it across. Jared Bowen, diving header, couldn't quite get his head on it. He threw everything at it, Jared Bowen there. Really nice passage of play from Ben Rama and Rice. Again, Rice will get all the credit because it's Declan Rice, but Ben Rama looked brilliant in that passage of play. Just nice little one-touch passing, getting in and around Rice, playing out to Pablo Fornals, who tries to lay it into Rice again on the floor, but after the deflection of the defender, he charges at it, drives in a brilliant cross, to be fair. Perfect level. If Jared Bowen gets his head on that, that's a goal. Although maybe, to be fair, after the Masuaku chance last time where he drives it across and puts it in a boost, maybe not. But good opportunity. West Ham having a little good spell of possession here against the flow of play. Or stop my boss or call me a bus driver. It's tremendous, Charlie. Thank you. How are you? I hope you're good. Wrong as per usual, as Scott was when he turned up as well. Wrong all round, but I appreciate it. How are you? Hope you're well. GP. Hello. Watching on Amazon Prime, it's free with Prime sub. Oh, a West Ham network, fully clothed. There we go. See, now I want to check because you've been saying they weren't before. Hang on. Because you've been saying they weren't the entire time and they were. So now I'm just going to... I'm just going to have a little look. Shane Duffy's ready to come on, by the way, for Brighton. I'm just going to have a little check. No, fully clothed. Fuming. 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 Well, what can you do? Maybe one day. One day. It'll be fun. Second, just doing this. Right, we're back. We're back. Now I've gander. But yes, I'm watching on Amazon Prime. So it's lovely being able to watch in full HD quite easily on my computer. We're looking at the goal again for West Ham there. Whipped in by Pablo Fornals and big Thomas Suchek just getting his head on it. Just getting his head on it. Let's have a quick little gander. This is probably the right time to be doing stuff like this. Let's have just the quickest of ganders at the stuff we want to have a look at here. So you can see statistically there how little possession West Ham have had. 30% compared to 70 from West Ham from Brighton is just insane. But then again, like someone said in the chat, whoever it was, talking about the idea of like, look, shots, all West Ham are having the better shots. They're getting the more shots on target, you know. Those sort of things are looking good in West Ham's favour right now. And again, the corners are just looking very dangerous. I mean, the fact that West Ham's ratings are higher is saying a little bit of something. But if we go to passes, actually, let's have a look at total passes. You can see just how much more they have. Only two West Ham players have had double figure passes so far, compared to basically all of Brighton. And you're looking at these players specifically having just a huge amount. It is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the end of the world. It is what it is. But certainly very high in Brighton's favour so far. Even though the scoreline that matters is ours. Also, you have to say better from West Ham over the last 5 to 10 minutes. Getting more possession on the ball, getting in more dangerous positions. But Brighton at any point could counterattack like they are now. Cucurella, who's having a decent game. He could be just not noticing more because he's got great hair. But he is there, plays into Trossard, tries to just loft it in. A loft in like that's not going to cause us too many problems. A little bit of panic maybe, but we are going to be able to get our head to it. A poor pass from Jarrod Bowen into the path of Mikel Antonio, who just, again, not alive to it whatsoever. And Brighton win the ball back in very, very high up the pitch. And again, that's the Brighton style. They're pressing their possession. They're just active, trying to pounce on errors. And again, why aren't West Ham getting further up the pitch? Because they're basically playing inside our half. It's very Pep, but outside to Cucurella on the left, can't quite get the ball in. Good blocking by Soufal. They're basically playing in our half. They're basically standing there. They're basically standing inside our half, playing football. And then we ping it over the top, and we go and we run and we try to play quick counter-attacking football, but we're not too fast at it. But most of the time, to be honest, they're just playing in our half. That's why. Having to bring Duffy on could be a blessing in disguise for Brighton. You're not wrong, actually, to be fair. Yeah, Mr. And look, Mr. Pardew said it, so obviously you're not wrong. Intelligence is there. Footballing IQ is there. But yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. He is a big boy, though, isn't he? He's a big boy. They were trying to cross the ball in there. He was hanging about. West Ham with a free kick. Tried to take it quickly. Brighton did well to stop that. And it's slightly less panicky than it was. The thing is with Brighton in this position and doing well and pushing us and harrying us and all that good stuff, and it's something the commentators just mentioned there as well. We're very good defensively. We are. And again, a lot of Brighton's possession is being gifted by us to some extent. We are allowing them to have it. We're not making it difficult for them to retain possession in our half. We're making it difficult for them to do anything with that possession in our half. Now, when they're in their own half, we try to make it difficult for them to keep possession. But in our half, it's a totally different story. And that's a really good ball now, actually, to be fair. Out to the left-hand side, tries to pull it in. Mopai couldn't quite turn and play it in, but he does that time. Trossard's there, hits it. Save from Fabianski. Flipping heck. Good save. Good save, Fabianski. Almost called him Pablo Fabianski there. Good save, Lucas Fabianski. We're making it difficult for them when they're in a half to do anything with it. But that's the kind of thing that's very dangerous against us. A through ball from their own half through, West Ham playing high, can't quite do it. It's pulled across. It's that number, that kid, I think it was the number 60, Mopai, just plays it through beautifully. Declan Rice completely wrong-footed by it, can't get there. It's really well worked by Brighton. Hit, and it's a good save. Good save, big Lucas. Respect it. Respect it. Corner for Brighton from the right-hand side. Puts it in, looking towards Dunk. Does get his header on it, but it goes wide. It goes wide. What a save that was. It was a big save. It was a big save. Good chance for Brighton. He's whipped in, and I tell you what, Dunk has all of the time and space in the world. I don't know if it looks like we're sort of zonal marking as opposed to man marking, and Dawson's the one who goes up to meet him when Dunk has all of the time and space in the world to just attack it. That's a really good opportunity for Dunk. He ends up headering it wide, but poor from West Ham. Nice little play by Brighton there. Getting forward. Cucurella's flying forward once again. Solly March lays it short. Cucurella tries to regain possession, but can't. Thomas Souček comes away with the ball, strides. Potato salad, already got some goals. Just keeps going. Then pulls it back across for Mikel Antonio, does well. At Fornals on the overlap. Ben Rama's ahead of him, just trying to drag players out of position. Poor pass to Fabio Fornals in terms of momentum, but we still have the ball. Out to Johnson, does well. He's going to have to try and cut it back onto his right to get a good cross in. He does. Just that split second. This is what I mean. That split second when you're in that position where you need to get the ball across instead of just being able to put it in first time on his left foot. Johnson has to cut back onto his right to get a truly good cross in, a confident cross in. And it just allows Brighton to just that split second to turn around and get into a better position to header it away. It's, a little bit of poo game. Well, I'm not going to say not say. I'm not going to say no. Mark says, bro, can't you show us your screen? Nah. Nah. Can't. I can't, Mark. Jeff Bezos and the Amazon police. Kick down the door. Pow. This is the Amazon police. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be good. It would not be good. It would not be good. Still. West Ham playing the ball out on the right-hand side now. Trying to find a little bit of space. I tell you what's good about Brighton as well. They do work hard to get back into deep defensive positions. Their midfield looks a little bit shaky sometimes when they get into defensive shapes. It's not like us where you can see it beautifully. Like the lines are just well worked, but they do, at least the defenders and stuff, do get back into a deep position quite fast. And we've had a couple of problems there. Johnson again trying to jink his way into crossing the ball with his right foot, and it's just. It essentially nullifies our attack down that side, or at least an element of our attack down that side, because we just have to stop. And the Brighton players know that they're going to keep trying to show him onto his left foot, and they're going to know if he's there, then they're going to have a little bit extra to just be that little bit of extra time and whatnot. I don't know, annoying, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Whips in from the West Ham corner. Dawson was rising, couldn't quite get there. Ben Rama hits it from range. It's wide. It's a good hit. Good hit. Couldn't quite bend it in. Fair. I'm seeing lots of people talking about Ben Rama here in the chat. Ben Rama is passe. See his stats. Barely touched the ball. Definitely replace Ben Rama with Lanzini at halftime. I'd throw in someone for Antonio too. The Antonio one, I don't know what to do. But yeah, no, take off Ben Rama for God's sake. Benny Boy's getting frustrated. I don't know if I agree with the Ben Rama hate today. Not hate. That's a harsh term. I shouldn't say Ben Rama hate. That's not what you're doing. I don't know if the Ben Rama criticism. I think he's doing all right today. I think he's playing all right, personally. I understand what people are saying. But personally, I think he's doing all right. And also, I can't lie, I don't think Lanzini's been all that either. He scored a good goal against City, to be fair to him. That's fair. And then, of course, I think he played well 2 games before that. I think in Europa League, he was fine. I think he existed. I don't think he really did much. I don't know. I haven't got a problem with Ben Rama at the moment. I haven't really got a problem with how West Ham are playing at the moment too much. Declan Rice just trying to hook it back in. Can't quite make it work. West Ham regaining possession of the ball in the centre circle. Kurt Zuma lays it short to Ben Johnson on the left. Good ball forward. Ben Rama trying to take on. He's got two Brighton players ahead of him. No one creating much space at all. Whips the ball in. Oh, just a bit over. Everyone can't quite make it work. Is Gio and Gonzo at the match? No, they are both. They will both be back. Gio will probably be with us at half time, which would be nice. Potentially, I didn't ask him to, but I will hope so because otherwise your boy is going to pee himself. And then they will both be back at full time for the review. So stick around until then. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff if you haven't already. Nope, he needs to go back to Brentford. Well, fair enough. Nope, fair enough. I agree with you, Scott. I think he's had some nice little link-up plays. I think he's found space nicely. I think he's linked up well with Pablo Fornals. I think he's linked up well with Declan Rice. I think he's having an all right game. I don't see what Manuel Lanzini would really give that Ben Rama hasn't. Antonio does well there. Plays it out wide to Ben Johnson. West Ham are streaming forward here into the half, into Brighton's half. Ben Johnson just waiting for it. Tries to play it out to Ben Rama. It's a little bit of a dead pass, but it's iffy pass from Ben Johnson into the path of Ben Rama there, who, again, at full stretch, has to try and play it back to Ben Johnson just to keep possession of the ball. And thankfully, Brighton clear it away for a West Ham throw, but not great. Not great. Ben Johnson now to take the throw in on the left-hand side, quite deep into the half. Ben Rama under pressure loses the ball out with a iffy touch. Brighton regain possession inside the half. West Ham activate that press. Antonio stomping towards the goalkeeper. I forget the name of it every single time. Sanchez. But a nice incisive pass ball forward for Brighton. Mope slow down a little bit there. Kufal gives away a free kick. There we go. It's 4 minutes of stoppage time. We're a minute into it. We'll see what happens. But so far, I low-key think it's working for both teams. So far, I think it's kind of working for both teams, if I'm being honest. I don't think either way it's been a particularly huge issue. I think we're looking at a team. Brighton's tactics are working by and large. They're keeping possession of the ball. They're making it work. They're making it difficult for us by keeping possession of the ball. It's a defensive tactic within itself. It's very Pep. It's very tiki-taka in that sense. It's very much you keep possession of the ball as a defensive maneuver. They're doing that pretty well. And we can't act like we haven't only scored from a set piece, but our set pieces have been dangerous and difficult. We've defended well. We've kept it dead. Like the amount of shots they've had compared to us, despite all the possession, says a lot. Zuma, a big collision there with, is it March? I'm not sure who it is, but both Zuma and who's their number 15? Moda, is it? Zuma and their player, both at complete full stretch trying to get that one out there. Zuma clears it. His studs do go down the foot of Moda, whose leg of Moda, whose leg's sort of dead as he's trying to block it. I don't think it's a foul either way. It just looks painful both ways. I don't think it's a foul either way, though. I do say that. Bring on the baby bells? Potentially. We do have baby bells. Mr. Pardew, we do have baby bells. The bells do exist. I did go and get some specifically for it because we can't have what happened last time with the flipping chocolate, all right? So we got bells. Bells are in. The bells are here. We'll see how it goes. Ben Rama gives the ball away too much. Get on Lanzini. I think probably by and large, Lanzini is a better passer than Ben Rama. But then again, I think Lanzini makes a lot more passes in significantly less dangerous areas. You could make the argument maybe you would bring on Lanzini to come to play deeper, to get involved with that sort of area of the play, to try and get out of Brighton's swarm. I think that's a fair point. I disagree with it, but I think that's a fair point. Chasing shadows, you couldn't complain being 2 or 3 down. Well, I mean, I guess, yes, but I also don't think we'd be playing like this if we weren't 1-0 up. I think the tactics for both teams have worked so far. I know people don't want to know that. I know people don't want to think about us like having so much possession and being like, oh, that's fine. But I think that's by and large good. Oh, Titch. My G. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hammers Fans United. He's a good dude. He's out here doing bits. Doing a watch along right now, this second. So if you don't want to listen to my ramblings, go listen to Titch. He actually knows what he's talking about. Go and have a gander. Stoppage time is up now. The whistle will go quickly. Oh, Ben Rama just twisting and turning, sending Brighton's player for breakfast. Not enough support, but West Ham do retain possession of the ball. He does really well there, Ben Rama, to be fair. Rice out to Johnson, trying to do something again. Ben Johnson has to shift the ball onto his right foot, and it's difficult. It's difficult. Difficult. Lemon difficult. Laid down the line. Soufal looking for Bowen. Back to Soufal. And much to the chagrin of the home fans, the whistle goes as West Ham are camped inside Brighton's half. The halftime score here is Brighton. Is Brighton 0? West Ham United 1. I don't know why I said Brighton first. It is what it is. It is what it is. But tactics working for both sides. Both sides to some extent. Again, I will talk about it more if Gio comes. I would be interested to hear his point of view on it. But I really do believe that. And it's 1-0 to us. Can we complain too much? We can complain, certainly, but I don't know if we can complain too much. But how do you feel? Let me know how you feel. Is there any subs you want to make? Is there any changes you want to make? I suspect the words Ben Rama and Lanzini are going to come up about 18,000 times as I say that. Are there any subs you want to make? Are there any changes you want to make? How do you feel about the game? How it's going? Let me know. Mr. Pardew says, anyways, I'm off. Got an important day ahead of me. Hope you always get 3 points. Coming on. Good to see you, Mr. Pardew. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully whatever's going on goes well. Who doesn't want to see Charlie? Too many people. I can't lie to you. Haley, good to see you. Good to see you. How are you? Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Good to be back in a good start. A very good start. Very happy about it. I can't lie to you. I cannot lie to you. My boy Bray, Brighton look a decent side. I think that's yes. Let's get Gio's opinion because Gio's actually smarter than me. Gio, hello. How are you?
Hello. Yeah, I'm all right. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm all right. I want to put something to you now, and I want your opinion on it. I think both teams' tactics have basically worked perfectly in that half. I think what we've decided to do has been exactly what we saw, and I think what Brighton decided to do has basically been exactly what they've done. I want your opinion on that statement because that's how I vibe at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. I think both managers will probably be happy at the break. Obviously, the only thing Potter won't be happy about is being 1-0 down. But as you said, in regards to the way they're playing, I think he'll be happy enough with his team. I think he'll feel confident that a goal's coming from Brighton as well. I think David Moyes will feel confident that we're going to keep him out and that his game plan's working as well. So I completely agree with what you're saying, Charlie. I think both teams' tactics are working, and I think both teams are playing their managers' tactics out well.
Does that concern you? Does the result of that concern you? Because I think they're two separate things. I think West Ham can be doing exactly what they've been asked of well and to what they needed to do, but it can still scare you a bit. Do you know what I mean? Personally, I'm not super scared, but I know the chat is very different. I know there's a lot of fear in that chat. Does that concern you at all?
No, because this isn't a one-off for Brighton or West Ham. There's quite a lot of games in the past 18 months you can go back to where we've been in this position against a similar team. We've won the game. In the last 8 games so far, coming into this one, Brighton have failed to win. You can go back and watch them. And Brighton have played damn good football, and a lot of them, they battered Leeds at the weekend and finished 0-0. You know, they played really good football at Anfield and they got a point. It's a fantastic result. We beat Liverpool. So, no, I'm concerned. I would maybe say I'm a bit cautious, if you like, but I think we're almost giving them too much respect to some extent. I would like us to see us up maybe the tempo a little bit. I feel that there's a goal in this Brighton team. I think that's my biggest fear, and I think we're going to need another one to win it. But I'm also confident that we could get another goal to win it. And I think, Fornals was unlucky in particular, and I think we've looked all right. It's just been good for West Ham, I think.
I think that's fair. All right, I'm going to pop off to the toilet, but I just wanted to get those. Just in case I didn't get the time to ask you these things, because as I say to the chat, I'm an idiot, so I'll say these things out loud, but I want other people's opinions because because then I can pass them off as my own, Gio. That's what I do. Do you know what I mean? I pass them off as my own that way. We'll back in a
It's all right.
second.
I'm an idiot too. It's better. It's more fun. Anyway, go pee.
Only because of your lack of Christmas. That's all I'll say about it.
Right then, live chat. What we're saying. Let's have a little look and see what you're saying. Dominic saying Antonio Benrahma's not doing anything. We play with 10 men on the pitch. Neil saying we need more oomph up front. Jamie says Antonio needs someone fighting for his shirt. Inner Circle says that Benrahma's decision making, you cannot coach that, bang average at best. Very good point here. This is the point I was coming on to make the most, which is Ronda and Tony. So 2 subs already used. At least they can't bring on both Lamptey and Lamptey in the second half. I don't think they can make any subs. In all honesty, I don't think Brighton can make a sub in the second half. Yes, okay, they've still got one there. But I think given that they've lost two players to injury, I think if Potter was to do a third sub, he'd almost be taking a bit of a risk. I think those 2 substitutions is going to probably make him fearful of making a third sub and someone else gets injured. So I don't think he'll make his third sub until 10 minutes to go or something like that. Simple. We'll see. We'll see. Stevie says our ball retention isn't good enough. Antonio hasn't touched it and Benrahma's given it away too cheaply. You're not allowed to say that about Antonio. In the preview, I said I would have liked Antonio dropped. And he was going to be slightly controversial. But annoyed more people than I expected, to be honest with you. I thought I made a legitimate point as to why we should drop Antonio. He's been doing what he's been doing for the last few games kind of thing. So I just shrug at it now. Price says every time Rice makes that attacking run, he makes things happen every single game. That was a good run. He's made a couple of runs that have been quite good. James says the block from Benrahma's class. Just wish he could do more the other way. And Christian says that Dawson is always out of position and Declan Rice is class through. Neil says 33% possession. I'm sort of like, I don't mind that. Like, we were always going to have less possession today. Always going to have less possession. It's just the way that we play. It's just the way that Brighton play. Brighton were always going to have the ball more than we are. It doesn't mean it's good to watch, but it just means that it was just likely to happen. That's all. What it does do, though, being we're 1-0 up, it means that, you know, if Lanzini comes on, we'll probably see more of the ball. Who do you bring him on for? I was trying to click on Frank there. Where's he gone? There he is. Frank's in. Is Benrahma even on the pitch? Get Lanzini on ASAP. Adam is something what I'm saying, which is we're winning. So what? 33% possession. I'm a bit like that as well. It's if we were playing Burnley and we had 33% possession, I think there'd be cause for concern. But we're not playing Burnley. We're playing Brighton. They're always in the top 5 of the Premier League for possession. You know, this is how they play, and it's about. It's like a game of chess to some extent. So what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? Brighton are going to have more of the ball. How are you then going to win? We're winning. So arguably his tactics are right. Yes, okay. I don't know. I'm not too fussed about the possession thing. It's just the way it is. Mark saying we can't pass the ball around, constantly giving away. That's the concern. I have to say it's not so much about the possession stats, it's about conceding possession a bit too easily. That's more the concern. Who cares about possession? Pass has been very impressive. Number of intercepted passes and dispossessions was great to watch. It works both ways. I think Brighton have done it as well. I'm just clicking on Christian, by the way, just because I want to. Christian said my opinions are always spot on, so I like Christian. Thank you, Christian.
It's fair. Christian,
I'm just going to leave that on the screen for a little bit.
Christian, by your name, I'm hoping you're into Christmas, and I'd like you to give your opinions on Christmas if you can, Christian. That'd be good. That'd be good.
No.
Well, yeah. So, what was your thoughts on Benrahma? I just heard Benrahma come up. It's something we've spoken about in the live chat.
I'm glad he's on the left. I'm glad he's out there. And I was hoping we would see a better Benrahma and Fornals, and we're seeing a better Fornals, but not a better Benrahma.
I think he's been fine. Honestly,
I don't think he's having a bad game. But I think Fornals are playing better than him.
Yeah, I can probably agree with that. I think Fornals, I think, is having a good game. I think Fornals, you're like, yeah, all right, and Benrahma, you're like, fine. Maybe it's because it's the opposite. Everyone's like Lanzini, and I don't think Lanzini's been all that either. So maybe that's why my reaction to Benrahma is stronger than most, because I looked at Lanzini. I think Lanzini obviously did well against City when he came on late. scored an absolute belter. Don't get me wrong, but he was good. I think in the Europa League game, I thought is like Benrahma is now. I was like, yeah, he's fine. I guess he's not really doing much to me. And then the game before that, I thought he played well. So it's like I think the one that James said it in the chat, I think it was. I said, but what difference would Lanzini being in right now instead of Benrahma? And I do think Lanzini's a better passer. I think Lanzini gets involved because he gets involved deeper in play. I think he's better to keep possession in that sense. I will say that.
I can see both sides of it. If you bring Lanzini on, we probably will have more of the ball. We will probably retain possession a little bit better. But on the other side of the coin is you almost need possession to get the best out of Lanzini. Lanzini's a very possession-based player. He likes the ball, likes to pass it, move it kind of thing. And he's not bad at counter-attacking, but he's more suited to sitting deep and knocking about a bit. Against Brighton, you're not going to get... Lanzini would play better for Brighton than West Ham this evening.
I can respect that as an opinion. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense.
I think if he was coming on at half time in a Brighton shirt, I think he'd be fantastic in second half. For us, I think he'd have a good game, but I think he'd be more effective in the Brighton team in the way that Brighton play football. I think he would actually suit the way that Graham Potter plays football at Brighton as well. Actually, he's that neat and tidy player.
He's kind of Lallana-esque in some ways. He's not as good at dribbling as maybe Lallana is. Well, he's actually, to be fair, he's a really good dribbler as well. But Lallana was, at least before his major injuries, was like a dribbly boy. That boy could like go. So maybe that's a bit of a disrespect there. Can I also say I do have lights on the tree. It's just this light, as Gio can attest, when the lights are bright, you can basically not see anything. But if I turn this off for a second, you'll see there are lights that exist on it. Not many. I'll give you that. But I'm just saying. Just these people disrespecting my tree, Gio. You go to all the effort of actually putting anyway. So, are there any changes you would make at halftime?
No. Moyes has got a massive upper hand here. While you're pissing, I was saying, Potter's only got one sub left now due to the 2 injuries. He won't make it. He can't. He cannot make that sub early in case there's another injury. So the 2 injuries, not only has he only got one left, it's probably going to stop him from making any tactical changes or that. He's going to have to use the players that's on the pitch currently out of fear that someone else drops down and he can't use a substitute because he just used his third and final one. Moyes got the massive upper hand here. Moyes can actually, and I will agree with this for once, take his time with substitutions, be a little bit patient, give this lot 15, 20 minutes to go out there, have a little look around. And if it's only 1-0, then that's where you start to make your own tactical tweaks. Get Lanzini on for Benrahma, perhaps, in order to retain possession a little bit more. Go to 5 at the back if we need to. At the minute, I don't think we do. But if Graham Potter's tactical tweak is to take Lamptey on for Modder, for example, and go to 3 at the back, then that's where we've got to be on the ball a little bit and sort out. You cannot leave Ben Johnson up against Tariq Lamptey. You just cannot do it. If Tariq Lamptey enters the pitch, I want to see something from David Moyes which says I have a plan for him, because that is Graham Potter's ace up his sleeve, Tariq Lamptey. I don't know if he'll use him. I think he'd probably rather give him the night off and get him for Southampton at the weekend. But if I see Lamptey warming up, this is the equivalent of Adama Traoré 2-3 seasons ago when it was 0-0 and we saw Adama Traoré warming up for about 10 minutes. He'd come on, he absolutely roasted Creswell and they won 2-0 and he had a big part to play. And you saw Moyes looking a little bit baffled at Adama Traoré, and he finally done substitutions, but the game was done. I don't want any of that tonight. If Lamptey's coming on the pitch, I want to see something that says we have a plan for him, even if it's putting Soufal over on the left and taking Johnson over to the right so he's up against a tougher tackler, something. I want to see. I don't want to see Tariq Lamptey going one-on-one with Ben Johnson. I want to see a plan for Tariq Lamptey. And I know I'm making on like he's Messi. He bloody is Messi.
He's very good. He's
the
very
pace,
good.
The dribble, he's fearless. He will skin anyone. I've seen him go up against the best left backs in the Premier League and make them look crap. He was up against Firpo at the weekend. Firpo got booked after 3 minutes. 3 minutes. That's from the start of the match. It took him 3 minutes to get him booked. Bielsa had to sub him at half time. Because it was dangerous leaving him.
And that's why when he's playing, that's why they changed to a 3 at the back to allow him to be as dangerous as he humanly can be. Because if he's playing in a 4, then you have to rein that in to some extent. I mean, not by judging by Cucurella's madness today. He's been as high up the pitch as anyone else has, but you do have to rein him in a bit.
This is why you have to go 3 at the back to push Cucurella even further up, so he doesn't have that defensive responsibility. Another thing is, they've got Veltman as right back at the minute who can play centre back. So all he has to do is take off a midfielder, put Lamptey on, and the whole thing switches, and it's bang, the back. Happy days. So that's my only concern. I'm very confident, Charlie. I was confident before the game, even more confident now. I was laughing because I felt Potter dismissed our set pieces, and after we scored a set piece,
we scored instantaneously.
I wanted to go up to the dugout in front of Graham Potter and just be like, would you give it all that? Oh, size isn't everything. Well, yeah, that's what you get for not playing Shane Duffy. Your best header of the ball on the bench, bang, 1-0 West Ham, threw a header from a corner. I just wanted to mock him. But just before I go, what a class corner from Pablo Fornals. He really is starting to. His corners are unbelievable. Him, Creswell, and Bowen, 3 unbelievable set pieces. But anyway, I'm going to disappear, Mr. Walsh. Enjoy it.
See you at full time, Gio. Enjoy yourself. And everyone, if you want more smart knowledge like that, then come back at full time. I'll spam the link in the chat. There'll be a review with Gio and Gonzo live on this channel straight after the game. Hang around. I'll spam it in there. You can go. We can go wild. We can go crazy. We'll go crazy. The 2 teams are back out, getting ready for kick-off, as it's known in the biz. West Ham will be the people who take it. Pablo Fornals is on to take it. There's been no subs at halftime, at least as far as I can see. West Ham random, my G. If you haven't already subscribed to Peach, go do it. I've just realized I didn't do the timer. I'll do it now. It's fine. If you haven't already subscribed to Peach and the boys over at West Ham random, you're talking Budgie, you're talking Kieran, you're talking Titch. Go have a gander. Good times, big streams. But definitely go do that. Peach, how are you, my friend? I hope you're good. Hope you're well. Remember your time this time? I did. It was late, but I did. But it was late. It was late. Yeah, it was late. I'll give it. It was that. Leaving you as half Charlie off to put the baby to bed while watching the game on my phone, Gaz. Gaz, enjoy it. Good luck putting a baby to sleep. I don't envy you in that sense. I can barely get myself to sleep. So good luck with that. But thank you for joining me. And hopefully enjoy the rest of the game on your phone. Welcome to Amazon. It's the future. Smash that like. I did not say that though, Scott. And I never will. Also, 250 we've gotten to several times recently. I refuse. No. No. But do like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Yes, GP's just subbed. Let's go, GP. Come on. Oh, Sonny Marks tries to dink it a little deflected cross. Goes out for, I think it's a goal kick or a corner, one of the two. I didn't tell who it hit off last. Played into Solly March, who hits it. Does it hit off Johnson or him last? It hits off Johnson last. It should be a corner. If it's not, it is a corner. My God. I did not say this. This is not happening. I also don't have anything on underneath this jumper because it's too warm because of the heating. This is what happens when I go for a Christmas jumper. Because December, I wish everyone was like Charlie and actually read people's comments in the chat. I try. It doesn't go super well. Good header from the cross, dunk straight into the hands of Fabianski. Though Fabianski did one of those where it's just like, and he saved it. Just like big boot up pitch, play quickly, which is a rarity for West Ham to Pablo Fornals up against Cucurella. Can't quite take him on, so instead goes inwards, waits for the boys to join, which is fair play. Soufal back to Fornals, who tries to whip it in, deflected, and now it's a corner for us. Graham, we're coming, Graham. We're on our way. The big boys are here. First of all, hang on. Right, first of all, thank you. I genuinely appreciate it. Don't, because issues, bruv. So allow me, but I do genuinely appreciate it. I do. Hang on, wait. I've done this in such a long time. And there is no space for it on this. I can't lie to you. There we go. It's not a right space at all. We'll move it across to there. Whipped in from the corner. Soufal's there. Dawson's there. It's in. It's wobbled in. Scenes. Yes. I was too busy typing stuff. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you. You're the worst, but thank you. But also, there's lights on the tree, bruv. Look there. But it's a goal. Yeah, Saints 2-0. Big complaints from the Brighton players. We'll see how that ends up. Will it end? We'll wait to change the score. We'll see what it says. They'll go to VAR. But As it stands, it's West Ham United 2, Brighton 0. Let's have a look at the replay. Whipped in. Dawson's just, someone's been pushed over in the build-up. As Dawson begins his run, someone ends up on the floor. It's played in. It deflects around off about 3 separate people. I don't know who it hits last. I can't lie to you. There's so many people in and around the melee, as it were, that I can't tell for a second who it is. Dawson, I think maybe Antonio goes through, I think, Dunk's legs, maybe. I'm not sure. We're looking at, it's going to VAR. It's going to VAR. I don't care. Look, I see the word scrappy in chat, scrappy goal, but hey ho, that's my opinion. Scrappy, I'm fine with it. Scrappy, I'm fine with it. They're looking for a possible foul. Dawson on Lallana. Look, does Dawson run him over? Yes. Yes, he does. Is that a foul? I mean, Lallana's trying to stop him. So if you're in the way, look, if there's one guy you don't want to be in the way of, it's Craig Dawson, because Big Sea Dog will just run you over. He does run him over. It's not like there's no contact on him. He does 1000% run him over. Is that a foul though? I don't think it is, unless we're talking about something further in the play. I think they've said no foul. They're checking for a possible offside now. Oh my God, we're seeing all kinds of camera angles here, people. This is chaos. This is lunacy. It's Duffy, I think, who it comes off last. I think ball comes in. Let's squint. Hang on. Let's just have a. It deflects off Duffy, then maybe off Antonio's foot. I think Duffy. I think they've said no foul. I think that's why we've gone on to the offside call. I think there is officially no foul, which means we're looking at a potential offside. Oh, we're getting zoom-ins on the ball and everything, people. Zoom and enhance. Maximum technology usage. Let's go. Well, if it's coming off Dawson, then no, he isn't offside. If it's the ball off Dawson, Antonio looks just in front of someone, whoever it is. They're number 15. I think this will count. But my God, this is some CSI nonsense, people. Maybe not. Yeah, they've just made a point that the goalkeeper is out there, so maybe not. That's a great shout. It could be offside. It does hit off Antonio. Ruled out. 1-0. Scrapped off. I get it. I do understand it. That's fair enough. I get it. I'm sad about it, but it does exist. Offside. Yeah, I can respect that. Annoying, but at the same time, we've done them twice on corners, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, we'll see. You see the forward? Yeah, sorry about that. Why are you doing this to? Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? Why? Well upset. I get the offside. I understand it. Fair enough. I think they're in the right. I think it's in the right. I get it. We move. Still 1-0. The fact we've managed to get this twice is hilarious to me. Is absolutely hilarious to me. And West Ham win possession back again off a little bit of a mistouch from Trossard. Ben Rama tries to just switch that play towards Fornals. Couldn't quite manage it. Cucurella with a nice little calm chest down. We didn't choose the forward. The forward chose us. Yeah, a little bit. Again, I do apologize. Yeah, I think the decision is correct. I understand we can sit here and have an argument about it, but I do believe the decision was correct. To be fair, I don't have any problems with that. There we go. He's fixed it. Everyone. He's done what he needed to do. We are in danger from corners currently, because we just are. Like there is just a significant threat from corners. The fact that we've done it for a second time is just, we've done it twice now. They honestly, Brighton don't know what to do with us right now from corners. And I agree with Graham Potter to some extent. It's not like height and size is not all that matters. But the thing is we're also really good at it. So, you know, I'm going to head off now, but enjoy the stream. So see you later. Thank you very much. See you later. See you next time you pop by. Thanks for coming. Mate, that forehead needs a red card, bro. Look at the spots on it. Look at the spots on it. It's an issue. I wouldn't usually do this, but let's just get a look at that. Wait. Look at that. Look at the red. My face. My mum as well has this really bad, like, red face thing that I get, where it's just mad red. Now, if you ask certain people who were in the chat a minute ago, they'd say it's my own fault. But look at that. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. A little bit. That's ridiculous. Totally the wrong decision. Looking for anything. Shocking. We will not win this now. Look, here's the thing. I disagree. I think it was totally fair. I think it makes sense. It makes sense. It was offside. I understand how it worked out in the end. It is what it is. It is what it is. I get it. I get it. I understand it. I understand frustration, but I do think the officials were correct. And even if they weren't, it makes no difference. We're in this situation now, but we're still, again, we're acting like we're losing here. We're winning. We're literally winning. We're 1-0 up. Brighton haven't been able to create anywhere near as much as you'd want them to or have them to. And so realistically, we can complain about it, but we're still in the big dub zone here. So it is what it is. What's the current washing machine situation? It's currently off. My girlfriend came and turned it off and did all that stuff. Took it out and hung it up and all that. I could hear her moving about in the room where it is. So it's no longer on. Hence, there's not a vibration, because otherwise you'd get like a sort of, hang on. Otherwise you'd get a sort of, do you know what I mean? So thankfully that's done. We're getting deeper and deeper a little bit. But again, 56 minutes in, the thing here is not to be too scared, not to be too concerned. Keep playing the game we're playing because it's working. Now, again, they obviously are having a lot of possession from it and some joy from it. Some is the key, not a lot of joy. Having a lot of possession, but some joy. However, we just need to keep playing our game. We don't want to get caught into a situation where sometimes we do, where we get more and more shook. We back down, we get further and further away, only to freak out and just like completely give them everything. And I think we're doing that relatively well at the moment, but we'll see how it goes. Again, Antonio just pushing a little bit. Antonio, Fornals, Bowen just making themselves known in the press as Brighton do pass it around. But again, not chasing it too much. It feels a little, again, I feel a little bit like Antonio's just been told or has decided that he's just going to take the first 75 minutes of all football games off from now on. I don't know. That's just kind of how it vibes with me. But again, he's just not. But we're at least cutting down those passing lanes and making it not super easy. For those of you mentioning Baby Bells, I did see that. We have a Christmas themed Baby Bell here. You have a little thing, like a little snowflakes and stuff. It is here in case we need to bell. Good ball across from Lallana, trying to pull it back. Rice with the interception and then cleared away by Zuma. Big boot up pitch. And a nice quick throw there from Shane Duffy. That was fun. Flicked up by the manager. Turns, just throws it in one motion. Smooth. Literally defending for our lives, then lumping it. I don't know if we are. I understand what you mean. Certainly in a circle. I do certainly understand what you mean when you're saying it. And other people who are concerned, I fully do get that concern. But I wouldn't say we're defending for our lives. I think this Brighton want to have all of the possession in our half. And to be honest with you, as Gio was saying at halftime, it's not new for them. This is what they do. We can allow them to have that. And guess what? It's not really working for them. So I don't know. I think we're all right-ish. I don't think it's defending for our lives. I think it's just, this is the tactics. It's not like Brighton are so much better than us that we have no choice but to defend. No, this is just our tactics. This is always our tactics. It's just Brighton's tactics mean that this is the end result of it. I'm relatively confident right now. I would prefer if we didn't keep lobbing it clear. I think that bit I strongly agree with you with. I would prefer if we didn't keep just hoofing it clear, because to be honest, it's frustrating. It's frustrating because obviously if we're just punking it clear, Antonio, unless he does something magical, is not happening. It's just not happening. And so it's kind of just giving the ball straight back to Brighton again. This is the bigger concern from it. But I don't think we're defending for our lives. And to some extent, I don't think we're just hoofing it. I think just Brighton, again, the idea is you sit so deep inside their half that every single one of your players is in a half, which makes it difficult for you to then go and pass it around outside of your own half, because you just have so many people in the way that you end up hoofing it long. It ends up going back to their centre backs. They recycle possession. They go, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? For £1 a month, you can feed Charlie Baby Bells for a full season. Probably actually accurate. Well, I don't know how much they are, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. I've bought Baby Bells significantly more than ever recently, and I don't even remember. I don't even remember how much they were. I walked into the shop, I grabbed the little pouch, and I just threw it in the basket. There was no messing. Does Stuart Morris like Baby Bells? Listen, they are people of good taste. So I'm saying yes. I'm saying definitely yes. Played down the line for Brighton. Solly March tries to get hold of it. Declan Rice just following him back, gets the block on the corner cross. Solly March, to be fair to him, does really well and then just takes it past Bryson Johnson. And it's a good block in the end. I think it was Jared. I want to say it was, who was it? It was either Souček or Ben Rama. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Ben Rama because of the blonde hair, but I couldn't really tell. But a good just sliding block. Gary Martin wants us to shut up about Baby Bells. What Baby Bells, Gary? What these? These, Gary? You talking about these? Is that what you want us to shut up about? The Baby Bells? I'm sorry, Gary, if you want me to shut up about Baby Bells, I'll stop talking about Baby Bells. I'll stop talking about the waxy nature of them, the cheese bit inside. Are they an Edam or Gouda? I don't know what they'd be based on. You have the cheese, you have the wax, you have to peel away the wax. It's nice and silent, a Baby Bell wax. You know, you have the initial rustle of the plastic, but then once you peel it away, you have the wax, and that is silent. It's a silent snack. So you get it away, and it's just a nice little cheesy bite, Gary. So if you want me to stop talking about the Baby Bells, I will, Gary. I apologize, but yeah, you know, you have a lot of good features of the Baby Bells. Cylindrical in nature, not cylindrical, cylindrical, maybe not even cylindrical, just circular is maybe the way to put it. It's like a little mini cheese wheel you'd find in like a Dutch cheese shop. You can imagine lots of big cheese wheels next to each other. That's kind of what the Baby Bell design is based on, Gary. Kind of like a cheese wheel aesthetic. You've got the curved sides. They sort of fun to hold. Do you know what I mean? The bell itself is fun to hold. And this one, of course, like I say, has the Christmas packaging on it. Lots of Christmas packaging. You've got snowflakes on there. You've got just look at my terrible fingernails there. You can see lots of snowflakes. This thing, I'm not sure what this is. I feel like it's a Christmassy top. Maybe some Rudolphing. Maybe it's meant to be like that. This little person, maybe. I don't know, Gary. You tell me. But yeah, no, I will stop talking about Baby Bells if you want me to. But yeah, no, there's a lot of good features of the Baby. You could probably skim them like a rock quite well if you wanted to across water, and that you could probably, you know, you would have rock. You get a smooth rock at the beach and go. Good possession, by the way, for Brighton, 86% last 5 minutes. You could skip it across the water, maybe if you wanted to, but that would be a waste of the Baby Bell for me, because obviously we believe they have Lucky Charms in here. But also, just in general, I think it would be a waste because, you know, it's a nice thing to have in a packed lunch. If you're having a packed lunch, maybe for school, maybe for you could have it for school, you could have it for work. You could have it. Where else would you have a packed lunch? A funeral, potentially, if you wanted that. You could have that. I think you could do that, Gary. But yeah, no, I enjoy a Baby Bell. I think if you want me to stop talking about them, I can. But an art museum, maybe if you're working as, say, a museum guard, an art gallery, if you were like a guard, you had a little packed lunch, you get a little packed box, you open it up, you could imagine a Baby Bell in there with maybe some sandwiches cut diagonally, so they're like triangles instead of like two rectangles. You have the triangle cut. Maybe I wouldn't have a cheese sandwich with a Baby Bell because that'd be maybe too much cheese, but potentially like a jam sandwich, potentially I'm watching the viewers go down. I'm not fast. I'll just keep going. You know, a jam sandwich, maybe peanut butter sandwich, maybe not peanut butter. I don't know how peanut butter and the Baby Bell would go. You could maybe change that up. But yeah, no, there's also things we could talk about the Baby Bell, Gary. But if you do want me to talk about the Baby Bell, I will. Sorry, I'll stop talking about the Baby Bell. I've lost about 30 viewers doing that. I really don't care. Chasing shadows to some extent. I mean, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Again, I think this is the tactics. But again, we haven't got the possession, but it's not, what are they doing with it? Not much. Pablo Fornals nips in, gets a good tackle there, and Ben Rama skips past one, lays it out to Jared Bowen. Antonio's in a fairly okay position, not really doing much to create space. Bowen just has to keep going, hits it just wide. I feel like Antonio could have done more there. Ben Rama lays it into Bowen, and Antonio was sprinting forward. I feel like he has to make himself more of a presence to try and make himself a nuisance to drag defenders away from Jared Bowen. Declan Rice is trying to get involved there as well. Ben Rama arriving slightly late, but yeah, frustrating. I feel like Antonio could do a bit more from that position, but maybe not. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. You could also pop one in your pocket when you leave the house and then close. That's an incredible shot. Top pocket, if you're wearing a suit, maybe put it in the suit jacket pocket. You could do it in the front even if you wanted, and then like halfway through a business meeting, get it out. And again, it wouldn't again, because the joy of the Baby Bell is because the silent snack, right? Because you have the waxy silent bit. You could take the plastic wrapper off it before you leave your house or the office for your meeting, and then you could go in the meeting, middle of the meeting. It wouldn't be disruptive because it's a silent snack. So you take off the wax and you could pop it in your mouth at once. I wouldn't pop it in your mouth all at once. That seems a bit much. I've done that in previous games. It feels a bit much, but you could certainly break it in half, maybe break it into chunks, little sections, moving away through it potentially or something like that. You know what I mean? There's options. There's options with the Baby Bell. That's what I'm saying. There's options. Played out to Ben Rama, starts skipping forward. Antonio, again, he's just not making himself. Antonio, do something. There's a situation there where Ben Rama is picking up the ball and Antonio's just jogging alongside him. There's defenders, Brighton's defenders are backing up. If you put yourself into a better position, he's shouting at Ben Rama, bro, what are you doing? Like he's in just such an awkward situation. And it's like, what are you doing? Just I don't want any of those noises as well, but I've said them all now. I've done them all now. It's fine. It's fine. Deckers plays it out to Kufal. Bowen just trying to create a bit of space ahead of him. Finds Bowen, who's ended up having to back away a little bit. Brighton have got into a fairly decent defensive shape here. Not unreal, but fairly decent. Antonio, okay, gives away the ball. And Craig Dawson has in a battle with Mopai, gives away a foul. Cup holder in a car /lorry/coach for a long journey. Yeah, that'd be a good shot. Good travel snack. Small, pocket sized. You could put them in many. I was going to say orifices. That's probably one way to say it. You could put it in many locations. I think it's just a good idea in general. Just a good idea. A wonderful snack. Shout out to the people. Shout out to the Baby Bell people. I imagine I want to say Dutch. Don't know where the Baby Bell comes from, but shout out to them. Yves Basuma trying to wobble his way forward. Just stopped by Ben Rama, holding him back there. Getting in his way. Brighton forced back, trying to change their vector of attack. It's an interesting proposition, this game, because I look at it and I'm like, okay, how do we get around this? And do we want to get around this? Again, Brighton have all of the joy. Brighton have all of the time and space and possession and everything else, but they're not really creating. They're not really creating with it. So do you want to change it? I mean, we can look at the stats very briefly. While they take a throw in, we can have a look at the stats. Let's just refresh them just in case. Let's have a look at just second half. I couldn't see that, but I heard the word glaring miss from commentary, but I couldn't see it. You're looking at 75% possession. They're in control of the game, but they're not getting significantly more shots. And I think at that point you have to, like, they're getting better in the second half. They've had more shots than they have not, but they haven't. Than West Ham have. Sorry, but really, is that? I don't know if we want to change anything. It's a danger. It's scary. It's scary. But it was a shot from I think it was Neil Mopai or Trossard. I think it was Trossard who hits it and it goes wide. Didn't see it, but that's what I heard. Tariq Lamptey making his way onto the pitch. Interested to see who they take him off for. If it's Veltman, will they stick to 4 at the back, going even more attacking than they already are? Will they change to potentially a 3? This is the person me and Gio both spoke about at halftime, both somewhat concerned about. It'd be interested to see what happens here. On comes Tariq Lamptey. Look, we know what position he'll take up. He'll take up that right wing back position. It is Veltman who comes off. Okay, so they're probably going to stick to the 4 at the back, you would suspect, and they want to see Cucurella and Lamptey get really far forward. They need a goal here, Brighton. They've got just over 20 minutes to get it. That makes sense to some extent, but we'll see how that affects the play. Will we get another person deep stat? Will we get another person deep stat? Like, will they go to 5? Oh, Pablo Fornals, quick pass out to Bowen. Declan Rice on the overlap. Turns, tries to just lay it out towards Antonio, Antonio, by the way, what kind of footballer? Explain. America, explain. We'll see. I'm intrigued to see how Brighton end up dealing with this. Do they move someone back into the centre back to go to 3 at the back? If not, it's kind of risky. It's kind of risky. It is kind of risky. We are fully on time wasting at this point, by the way. 20 minutes to go. We are full on time wasting. And Brighton are getting very frustrated by it. They seem to have stuck to their guns. I mean, Cucurella seems a little bit deeper, so you can maybe make an argument. Cucurella's moved to left centre back. Potentially, he does seem a little bit deeper than he did previously. Maybe playing more like an Aaron Cresswell role in a back 3 kind of thing. But I don't know. Brighton are going for it, to be fair to them. They've got 20 minutes to try and find a goal. And it might help us. I don't know. Cucurella battling with Bowen wins that one. Brighton regain possession, but all the way back at their goalkeeper. And again, we need to be. We're not pressing like we usually do. We're not harrying right now. There's not much energy. It feels like up front. Like Antonio is the obvious person to speak about here because he does feel like he's not. He does feel like he's just not got any energy whatsoever. And he seems very annoyed by everything. Every time a pass doesn't land at his feet, he seems a bit moany about it. I don't want to diss him too much, but I think that's fair. I don't know. The thing is I don't know how we change it as well, because we're playing a 4-2-3-1, so we should be able to escape it somewhat. Unless we just go long ball, but we need a striker who's more in form, able to do anything. Goes down, no penalty in the area for Brighton there. I didn't think it was. Started talking louder like that was ever going to happen. It wasn't going to happen. Yeah, I don't really know how we change it. Because I think formation, I often try to think of things in terms of formations as opposed to in terms of personnel. And so we could have the conversation about potentially, we are seeing Lanzini and Masuaku getting stripped off to come on here. Interesting that David Moyes waited this long for all of Brighton's subs to be made before making his move. I think he's had the luxury of doing that today. So we're now at the stage where we're going to see Masuaku will be the interesting one. Lanzini, I suspect, will be a straight stop for Ben Rama. Like I say, I don't think he's played particularly badly today. I know most people disagree with me on that, but I really don't. But understandably, I understand. Let's go with that terrible English, shall we? I understand what people are saying. Masuaku will be the interesting one. Where does he play? Mopay gets an opportunity in the box, just hooked away by Kurt Zuma. Lamptey's on the ball. Fornals, Johnson trying to stop him. Will it be a straight swap for Johnson? Will it be Kufau who comes on? Johnson moves to right back? Will we change to a back 3? Do we change to a back 3? Maybe you put Johnson or Kufau as one of the centre backs, and you have a Masuaku in, whichever one doesn't go as one of the centre backs. I would suspect Kufau will drop as the centre back. You put Johnson as a right winger, maybe a right wing back, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm intrigued by the Masuaku one. Like I say, a Lanzini one, I suspect will just be a straight stop for Benrahma. But Masuaku interests me in how we change that up. Trossard trying to make some space down the right-hand side. Ben Johnson just standing off him a little bit, trying to just stop the cross, which he does relatively well. Brighton are forced back. Dunk out wide to Cucurella. Solly March. Try to whip it in, couldn't quite find it. A battle with Jared Bowen. Bowen stays down. I think he's fine unless we see a close up second where there's something bad happens to him. But it honestly didn't look like there was that much of a problem with what happened. Just looked like he fell over. He's back up now. He's sort of doing that I'm limping running thing, but I think he's actually completely fine. That's my analysis of the situation. Is I think Bowen was trying to buy something a little bit there, but we move. Played out wide to Tariq Lamptey. Brighton now working their way down the right hand side as opposed to the left. They were just working. Again, they're passing the ball around, but they're not really going anywhere with it. They're just sort of waiting for the gaps to appear. That's a good pass by Basuma. Pulls it back, but again, Kurt Zuma's just there. Says no. Kurt Zuma not moving entirely freely. I don't know. That's something maybe to keep an eye on. Big ball up here, just a hoof up the pitch. Bowen does get his head on it, but there's just no one there. Big claim for handball by West Ham, not given by the ref. Trossard, he's got Mopai just ahead of him, decides to play it out wide. Good tackle by Souček and Benrahma on the ball. Oh, just dispossessed. It's a good tackle by Dunku. Now he's gone down as well. There was a moment there where Bowen was striding and he strode offside right before it looked like Benrahma was ready to make the pass. Zuma again just clearing it away into the path of Mikel Antonio, who for some reason was playing essentially at right back. Striding forward, Mikel Antonio right into the path of Cucurella like a dickhead. He's frustrating me so much today. So here we go. Double substitution. We'll see what goes on here. We are right. It is Lanzini for Benrahma. That one was obvious. That one's obvious. We knew this one was coming. We understood this one. Interestingly, Pablo Fornals is coming off. Okay. Pablo Fornals coming off for Arthur Masuaku. Intriguing. We can disagree on the first one, but my God, Bowen, what was that run? He was on the line and then just decided to run straight offside. I'm like, so are you aware of your surroundings? Can you see other footballers? Or are you just running about? So dumb. Anyway, West Ham playing the ball around. It seems like Ben Johnson, at least so far, is sticking to his sort of right, so his left. He's either still at left back or he's playing left centre back. Either way, Lanzini wins the ball back, tries to charge forward, tries to lay it into the other sub. Masuaku couldn't quite get there. It's well done by Shane Duffy, to be fair. Well done to be Shane Duffy. I'm interested to see now. Is Ben Johnson playing at left centre back? I can't imagine he is. I think he's probably playing at left back still. We'll see how centrally he goes in defensive scenarios. I'm of the opinion that Masuaku, apart from in Europe, where he was obviously just playing left back, I don't think he's been playing left wing back. I think he has been playing at left wing, but we'll see what happens here. Bowen does well to get past one, decides releasing the ball wasn't for him, wins a foul in the end of it anyway, but again, could have passed, decided, no, I'm just going to keep running. I don't even think he looked up from the ball. I think he was just staring at it. It looked like a good tackle from Yves Bissouma, to be fair. I'm not really sure where the foul was, but we've got one regardless. Free kick on the halfway line. Free kick about the halfway line. Looks like Craig Dawson's going to go over to take it. Big hoof potentially incoming. Souček was on the touchline on the right-hand side there, trying to get to the ball before Bissouma. I don't see why that was a free kick either. No, that one was a free kick, to be fair. It looked 50-50 originally, but the foot does come across. The foot does come across from your boy Cucurella. No, Bissouma, sorry, not Cucurella. Sorry, I was just thinking because that's what side it was on. So my brain was like, yeah, it can't be a thing. Can't be a thing. Good opportunity from West Ham. Good opportunity from West Ham. Brighton are frustrating now. Should nick another. They are definitely frustrated. They are showing a lot of signs of frustration now. We'll see how it's going to happen. We'll see how it plays out, but they are looking annoyed. They've been looking increasingly annoyed as this half has gone on. Tariq Lamptey up against Kurt Zouma was tiny. Kurt Zouma basically just pat him on the head like a year 12 does to a year 7. Corner essentially from West Ham. It's a free kick, but in that sort of area, Bowen whips it in terribly to the first man. Basuma just clears it out. Now it is a corner. That was hilarious. He was turning. Vamos, West Ham. Under it. Yes, Marcelo. So if that clapping was really loud, I realized it was right next to the microphone. A weird corner decision to play it to Kufal in that position, who whips it in, headed straight over. Weird. Again, lots of incredibly large boys. I feel like you could just put it sort of on the edge of the 6-yard box, between the 6-yard box and the penalty spot, and it would be an issue. Instead, we keep trying different and weird things. None of which make sense, but still, it moves. Antonio, as it's the last 15 minutes of the game, has now started running as it happens. He's got an opportunity here. He tries to turn and do something, lays it off to Declan Rice. He took about 8 years to do it. Rice hits it. Good save, Sanchez. Looked like it had wrung foot him there. Declan Rice with a snapshot from just outside the area. Hits it the opposite direction to which Sanchez was moving. He does well. Declan Antonio, it took maybe a bit too long to do anything there. He never looks like he can fully control football. But it's a good save by Sanchez, to be fair. Good reactions. And it's a corner. Manuel Lanzini on the left-hand side from the corner to take it. I don't think anyone's there to take it short. It's played in. Again, into that same sort of position. Souček and Rice were both there. Neither can get their head on it. The poor header away from Brighton. Masuaku controls it. Masuaku, Lanzini just playing the ball around here. Declan Rice is there to get involved if they want to, but instead they're happy to just do it amongst themselves for now. Masuaku tried to take it through 2 people. To be fair, if there's anyone who could do it, it's usually him. And he wins the ball straight back. Fair play after Masuaku. And then Declan Rice lays it off the outside of his boot. Found again by Alpha Masuaku nicely. Skips past one. This is a good opportunity if he can play it across the box. He does. Not a great pass, but West Ham recycle possession. Kufal shifts it onto his weak foot, tries to hit it deflected into the hands of Sanchez, but better from West Ham. Again, just looking a bit dangerous. Looking a little bit dangerous there. Some space. 9 minutes plus stoppage time to go. West Ham 1-0 up. Adam Lallana now down. Brighton, I tell you what, I've had a torrid time from injuries today. 2 players already subbed off via injuries. Lallana is currently down, holding something. The medical team have been beckoned. But good little play by Masuaku to win the ball back. Rice takes over from it, lays it off to Masuaku with a nice 1-2 again, back to Rice down the line. Trossard commits to the tackle, which was just way past Rice. The pull back from Rice wasn't great. Behind Mikel Antonio, not that I think he would have done anything with it anyway, but thankfully the clearance from Brighton was worse. West Ham regained possession. Soufal goes for a hit with his weak foot from outside the area. It was literally never happening, but he tried it anyway, and it goes out. Works way out. That was it. Possession in the last 5 minutes, 55% for West Ham, 45% for Brighton. That gives you some idea. Of the change in momentum. West Ham been looking significantly better of late. That's what I'm talking about, metal. Looking again at the Souček goal, it is just hilarious. Isn't it? It is just hilarious. Kufal loses his starting position is suddenly a shooter. Yeah, man just starts blapping it from range, apparently. That's his thing now, apparently. In those bad positions, apparently that's what he does. He just starts shooting from range. Scenes. Who knows? Good save. It was a good save, to be fair. Lallana is having a conversation now with Graham Potter about whether he can come back on. Obviously, he's going to want him to come back on. He's obviously going to want him to come back on because you don't want to be against 10 men. You don't want to have a 10-men system, especially when you're a possession-based side. You're trying to push it. You're trying to take it to the other team and really stop them from doing anything. And Lallana, to be fair, has been in the middle of that pitch for most of the game. Him missing and being down to 10 would be bad. Tariq Lamptey, a long ball over the top, trying to find him. Masuaku and Johnson just combining to stop that. Lamptey just gets straight back up. He's so flipping out. Tariq Lamptey battles with it. West Ham come away with it, but fair play to the lad. Lanzini comes away with the ball. Still going, plays it into Antonio, who slows everything down because, of course, he does. Souček out to Soufal on the right-hand side, just a bit slow from West Ham, and then the cross, not great, but Antonio headers it, and it's a good save. Wasn't an unreal cross from Soufal. These are the sort of situations West Ham needs to be making a little bit better of, in my opinion. It looked like the play had slowed down way too much, and the cross from Soufal wasn't particularly great, if we're being honest. It was a bit far out. It was a bit deep. You want it to be closer to the goal, but Antonio does well to at least get up there, get a header on it. Doesn't score headers anymore, bless the guy, but it was a decent try. 1-0 still. 1-0 still, just over 5 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Just over 5 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Where is it? I saw something. Where is it? Pick a winner, says Celtic or Celtic Hammer. I would say West Ham. I think West Ham are winning this. I can't see Brighton scoring right now, to be honest with you. If West Ham get second, it's done. It's over. But I don't think Brighton's going to score. I just can't see it happening right now. And I'm going to stop saying that now because everyone's going to get very nervous as I say it. But yeah, that's my honest assessment of the situation. And Lewis asking how it affects our league position if we win. A nice 3 points off 5th place, says GP. So there you go. Answer already in the chat. Eat the baby bell and we will win. Is it bell time? Are we saying that if we get 3 votes for the bells, if we get 3 votes for the bells, we go in with the bells. If we get 3 votes for the bells, I put the poll in chat. We start figuring it out, but we'll see. We'll see. It can't be 3 votes just from you, Madman. Can't be 3 votes just from you. That is why I stopped talking GP, because I know people would not enjoy that. Not enjoy that. Okay, well, we've got the triple bell vote. We'll lob it in. We'll see what the people are saying. The poll is now in the chat. Bell, yes or no? Let me know. You have until 87. At 87 minutes, if it's yes, the bell gets. We bell. We bell. Brighton down to 10. Are they? Did Lallana not come back on? I'm trying to count the numbers now. I didn't see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe foul for West Ham on the halfway line. If they're down to 10, then we're doubly winning this one. Bench the bell. We got this. Mix. You should have come in earlier. Get your no vote in. You got 20 seconds left, people. Get your no votes in if you think we need to bench the bell. Lallana off. Oof, oof. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's it. 70% of people want the bell. We belling. We're belling. Get your bells in chat. Deploy the bell. Deploy the bell. Masuaku trying to just take it past the player, get some sort of space in there. Not happening. Now we get to the fun part of the bell experience, the silent snack. You know what I mean? That could be a hand model. That could be a hand model. There we go. Bell. I'm not going to pop it in all at once, although we are quite deep into this game. I'm popping it out. I'm popping it in. It's been popped. There's a lot of bell to go through here, and I always do it and regret it. There's a lot. We're getting there though. Neil Mopai with an unreal hit. What a finish by Neil Mopai against out of practically nothing. A cross in from the right hand side, lofted in, and Neil Mopai hits an overhead kick into the top corner. What a finish by Neil Mopai. Respect as it's given. It's played out to the right hand side to Tariq Lamptey, a hint of offside, but he's definitely on. Takes Masuaku, just lofted into that area. Mopai just holds off Dawson well, to be fair. We're looking at a possible offside. But I don't think it'll be given. He looks significantly on to me. He is. It's just Tariq Lamptey does well, plays it in. And again, Mopai, fair play, holds off Dawson. Just under pressure, holds him off, turns around, hits an overhead kick right into the Neil Mopai. Take up our son, as it were. That is a very, very good goal. And all of a sudden, the 10 men of Brighton are 1-1. West Ham don't take their chances. They could have done more. They've had opportunities. 70 minutes. 80 minutes where something could have happened and a little spell of possession towards the end. And yet here it is. It's a goal. It's West Ham United 1. It's Brighton 1. And I tell you, we've only got ourselves to blame. We only have ourselves to blame. We should have done more, but we didn't. And now after Masuaku down the left-hand side, dinks it in, save, straight into Sanchez's hands. And at this point, you've got 6 minutes of stoppage time to go. But at this point, Brighton are going to be happy to just take their time. 1-1 for Brighton, they'll take that. Again, it's yet another draw for Brighton and Hove Albion, but they'll be fine with that. The 10 men of Brighton, Neil Mopai, I tell you what, fair play, lad. We move. To some extent, we only have ourselves to blame. And I don't think it's tactically we only have ourselves to blame, but there's been times where we've got the other end of the pitch, and to be honest with you, we just haven't worked hard enough. Defensively, tactically, I might disagree with the tactics. I don't particularly enjoy watching us go all defensive like we usually do. I've been very open about that from the start. If you've watched the watch-alongs from the beginning, you know I have. But tactically, look, it's worked. But Declan Rice manages to play the ball out to Jarrod Bowen, hits it, save from Sanchez. It wasn't a very good hit, but he manages to stop it. Being honest, I have said from the start, I've not been super keen on these tactics, right? From the start, if you've watched the watch-alongs for a long time, you'll know I've said a lot of things about David Moyes in the past. I don't want to talk about those. But what I will say is this. When we have had the ball in the final third, we have not worked hard enough for it. Mikel Antonio has wandered around, header off the line from Cucurella from a chest, from a corner, and it's snapped at by Zuma. But it was, don't get me wrong, a bit easy from Cucurella, but it's just on the line. That's why you have someone on the line. The whipped in ball from Bowen, header from Zuma. I don't know if it was going in, to be fair, but Cucurella, either way, just chests it down, shoulders it down. It might have been going in, to be fair. But when we've been in that final third, Antonio has been wandering around. All of the passes have seemed slightly stretched. We just haven't been at the races. There hasn't been enough hard work. We need a second striker. We can't sit here and expect Mikel Antonio to go through this process time and time again. He needs to be dropped. Now, whether that is dropped for Perkins or whoever it is, I don't care. But we need another striker that David Moyes trusts to come on in games like this and do something. Because frankly, we haven't had enough effort. We hadn't have enough work rate in those attacking positions. Similarly, David Moyes has had... Have we made all of our substitutions? I don't think we have. I think we've made 2. Correct me if I'm wrong, chap, but I feel like we've only made 2 of them. Again, something else we could have changed. A very late goal for West Ham. A very late goal for Brighton. We have 3.5 more minutes left. 3.25 more minutes left. And I just, to be fair, I didn't think I said I didn't think Brighton would score. And it took a piece of magic, if you want to word it like that. It took an absolute peach from Neil Mopai to get a goal. Fair play to the guy. He did incredibly well. But It is what it is. Corner, well, I say corner, free kick from deep. Trossard just lofts it in towards the back post. Dunks there, but West Ham collect the ball. Fabianski, play it quickly. Just someone give him the options. Play the ball faster. No, okay, he's just going to hold it. It's fine. It is what it is. West Ham United, ladies and gentlemen. Who would support them? Am I right? Am I right? Ben Johnson playing it now to Kurt Zuma, trying to just spread the ball around Lanzini. He's dropped incredibly deep. He's in line with the defenders. Would prefer him collect the ball and get, maybe a bit further forward. I know this is his whole shtick, but again, we need to get up the pitch. We need to get up the pitch. Johnson. Just getting confused. Again, Johnson at left back just does not work. In an attacking sense, it just does not work. He might be able to defend relatively well, but even then, he doesn't look super comfortable. But just in an attacking sense, it does not work. It never has. That's why when I did the video yesterday, I was talking about the idea of, do we play Masuaku? I didn't really want to play Johnson there. It just is what it is. But, it comes to pass. Still trying to find our way through. And again, not really incisive passing. Johnson with a decent cross in, but no one really in and around that area. A minute and a half left. Rice tries to just punt it across to Masuaku. It wasn't a great pass, to be fair, but Lamptey, under a little bit of pressure, nods it out as a corner, which, if we're being honest, is probably the only opportunity we're going to get at a goal right now. Tariq Lamptey again marking Kurt Zuma. Zuma under a lot of pressure. Sanchez comes and boots it clear. Kufal hits it, deflects off a Brighton defender. Bounces awkwardly. Lanzini's there to collect it. He has Masuaku next to him. He finds him. Masuaku lays it into the path of Antonio. Could just pick it across. A really pointless cross. He looks exhausted, even though he's ran for like 10 minutes at the end of this game and not the rest of the game. But still, poor cross, but another corner again. Less than a minute to go. These are the opportunities we look like we should have taken. Lanzini whips it in. Nodded away. Masuaku looks to try and hit it first time. Nice control. Plays out wide to Lanzini again. Short to Antonio, who is a pointless footballer, apparently. And as there is a foul for Brighton just outside their own half here, I will say this. Remember, we do watch-alongs every single match day here. I am live from half an hour before kickoff all the way until just after halftime. We also have the build-up show half an hour before that. And then we have the review straight after this. So stick around. I'll be spamming the link to the review in the chat in a moment. It does look like it's going to end 1-1 here in an incredibly frustrating day. And there is the final whistle. It does end West Ham United 1, Brighton 1. Disappointing. Could have been more. Perhaps should have been more. What can you do? Draw, as Glenn very rightly said. Draw as Glenn. So remember, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, all that good stuff. Because again, we will be back. We'll be back at the weekend for the game against Chelsea. I think that's on Sunday. I need to double check. It might be Saturday, but I believe it's Sunday. You have to triple check this thing. But if you've just joined us for this and you don't want to join us for the review, thank you very much for coming. We appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. But again, if you're sticking around, remember there will be a live match review in just a moment. But let me know how you feel about it. How do you feel about this match in the comments? We'll be talking about that until the review is done. I, personally, am very frustrated. I think we didn't work hard enough in the final third. I think we played out the tactics. I think the tactics were wrong, potentially. I don't think they were wrong. I don't know. I think we could have gone for it. But we didn't at any point. And I think the final third, there was no effort whatsoever. Glad I don't have Amazon Prime. Yeah, that's a fair point. 100% embarrassing. Even if we'd held on for 1-0 win, still completely embarrassing. Parked the bus for 90 minutes. It felt like that at times. It definitely did. Good show. Thank you very much, Paul. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Brighton must love playing us. You're not wrong. We have a terrible record against them. We have an awful record against them. Bunga. How was that West Ham goal offside? I think it was, personally. I think it was perfectly offside, looking at it 3 or 4 times, but I understand why people are frustrated about it. But personally, I think it was offside. Everything that happened tonight, says Woody, was predictable. Strongly agree. Embarrassing for Moyes. It is what it is. We are not massive, says Retroyce. We are. Never forget that we are. It's not important. Leon says, see you later. See you the weekend. See you later, Leon. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week, bro. What's happened to Antonio? I don't want to say he's lazy, bro, but he walks about the pit, and I don't want to say he's lazy because realistically, I couldn't do what he does. Let's be fair about it. I couldn't do what he does, but it does come across as like he's just not putting in the work rate he used to, and I don't know how to. I can't beat around that bush anymore. But the review is ready, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm spamming that link in the chat now for you lot. So please do go ahead, get involved in that. See what happens. Have some fun times trying to dissect that match to some extent. Make sure to go and see it. Thank you very much for watching. West Ham, bit like your ex. How dare you, Michael? How dare you? Thank you very much for watching. Remember, like, subscribe. We'll be back next weekend. We're back at the weekend for the match. But go forth, enjoy the match review to some extent, or at least I hope you can to some lesser extent. Love you. Speak to you later. Come your irons, and see you then. Bye. Oh, and if you're still here, talk about Christmas at Geo. Sorry. Bye.